episode 4. I haven't seen episode 3 yet. Candice.
Document filed by
She's live. She's live. Go Candy. It's your birthday. Oh, what? That's tonight. That's 10 p.m. What? Wait, what? Wait, yeah. Oh. Mini man. March 4th. Fuck me, it's March 2nd. Okay. I'll see you in a couple of days, baby. Might whisper to be here for that one. Why somebody... Oh, 10th, 2nd of March. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th. Right, 10th for the 10th comment. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm all over the damn shop. Have a day off. You forget what you're doing. 10th. Right, mute you, idiot. Copy. For better video quality, watch at twitch.tv/the_Luna_tier. Less chat delay and more things to play about with. Pinned. Alright. Alrighty. Alrighty then. Bride of Charlie. This fucking pisser. Candace Owens has done more single-handedly to dismantle the MAGA right than the entire left sphere combined. She's a crazy conspiracy theorist, but she's also my queen. Go Queen Candice. Right. Crimewatch UK. Crimewatch UK. What did we get to? They were in 1990. Still. We did April. Let's just check we did do that. It might be an old one, you know.
We are following a couple of new leads up there.
Several people.
Yep, Surinder Gill's murder. On to May. Bum bum. Bada bum 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 bum. Dalton, YouTube. Hope you're having a lovely day, mate. Mate. Good night, Anthony. How you doing? Dalton, I was doing some research the other night because I'm thinking about upping the stream game a little bit. I found a few things that you might want to look into. So if you're hanging around, I might talk about them in a bit. In fact, I can just show you what one of them is now. So I'm definitely going to be getting one of these. A 5-fine D6. It's basically like a stream deck, but half the price. I've watched a ton of content on this, and they look very good. $60, $70. Basically, you get 15 programmable buttons that you can put all kinds of different stuff on. But I'm going to look into it a bit more later. So, I'll talk about them a bit more later. Watch an episode or two of Crimewatch. Then maybe drop into this and then maybe go back to a Crimewatch. But yeah, definitely going to get one of these in the next couple of weeks. How you doing anyway, bruvs? Please don't play anything from that woman. Go straight to Crimewatch 1991. Huh? What do you mean, Anthony? can't miss a year. What woman? Oh, Candice.
Good evening. Tonight, how to...
Got you. You dropped in a bit late. No, I'll tell you the reason I like her. I don't like her. I think she's despicable. But, she's an unfortunate queen. Yeah. She's done more single-handedly to dismantle the MAGA right than the entire left sphere combined. She has thrown a bomb, a cat, and everything amongst the pigeons. They're splintering, they're fracturing, and it's all because of her. She's not the hero we deserve, but she might... What was that fucking Batman thing? Not the hero we deserve, but the hero we need, or something like that. She's definitely a grifter, 100%. She's too smart. She's too smart to believe half the stuff she chats about. She ain't thick. No doubt at all, she's a massive grifter and a very successful one. But, like I said, at the same time, she's dismantling that side of the fucking media space completely. People like Tim Pool, Ben Shapiro, the Daily Wire in general, what's his name? Fucking the prick who abused his pregnant wife. Can't think of his name. The Change My Mind guy, him. She goes after them all. And she does it way better. Well, not better, but more effective than going after it truthfully. So I do kind of fancy her as well. I can't lie. I kind of do fancy her. I know I shouldn't, but I think she's hot. But yeah, I just watch her for the giggles, mate. I don't take it seriously. Put it that way. If you think I was putting it on to take it seriously, not in a million years. But it does interest me the way that she can sort of dismantle and break down these other entities in a way that my side of the aisle can't. Maybe because we're just too truthful and honest and good actors when it comes to that kind of stuff. She's stripping their views. Yeah, 100%. I agree. She's no Christian. I just think she's very smart. And a grifter. And listen, she's obviously got no morals because there's no way she believes most of that stuff. But if a side effect of that is this huge fracturing of the right, then let her get rich. Because she's too out there for anybody serious to take her seriously, right? She did like 150 fucking episodes on the Macron thing. Now she's talking about Charlie Kirk being a time traveler, talking about these weird fucking Project Mirror thing or whatever it is, where she thinks the universe. She's talking about Matrix stuff. Like, she's way too out there, like sort of David Icke style, leaning towards that David Icke for anyone serious to take her seriously. But that's where they all hang around. All these Alex Jones, Ben Shapiro, Tim Pool, when they're not in the politics, they're all in those spaces, right? So if she can drag them into it from that, do you know what I mean? That's why I think her audience crosses over with all those people. So when she fights them like better than any of them fight back. I've seen so many freakouts, especially from Tim Pool and Ben Shapiro about her. And she's just sitting there all calmly, like, I'm Queen Candy. And they're all going, fuck it. I love her. I love her for that reason. It's a... What would I call it? It's a necessary evil. Yeah, man. Yeah, she thinks fucking... Charlie Kirk was a time traveller because of a text he sent her once or something. Project Looking Glass. How did Charlie know he was going to die? Honestly, mate, she's fucking time traveler. Like, time travel. Candace is insane. Charlie Kirk backfires. Charlie Kirk time travel fracture. She's fucking brilliant. Anyone who the algorithm pushes out and constantly puts her content into rotation, they should immediately be suspected. Listen, I'm pushing him out there, so don't suspect me. I'm doing it for good reasons. The more it is, the better for the left. Because the right will eat itself. Because some are with her and some aren't. And they're so fucking fastened to their sticking posts of their positions that no matter how silly some things get, they can't break away. And at the moment, she's winning easily against all of them by herself. The only other one who's kind of joining her now, Nick Fuentes, another one that I fucking hate, that Nazi piece of shit, right? I hate him. But he's another one. He's kind of fracturing away now and sort of getting on the Candy fucking train because he's another grifter, right? And he sees, hang on a minute, this sphere is way too fucking well populated. I need to grab some of these views and go over there and get a bit more where there's less competition. The right by yeah, exactly. By their very nature, cannibalistic. So I mean, all hail Queen Candy. Oh yeah, I do think she's gorgeous. But anyway, I shouldn't just on her. I'm not a superficial person, but I rate fancy her like. But anyway, it'd have to be a one night stand because it'd have to be one of them. I've got to go as soon as we finish. I can't sit here and listen to you talk, mate. But yeah, she's owning the right at the moment. Like I said, better than I've seen the entire left do combined. So here's to Candy.
Detectives stopped a car for careless driving and found themselves confronted with a shotgun. The secret life of an economist from the Bank of England whose body was found.
I am hot, by the way. It might be because I'm making a cup of tea while I'm wearing this big, thick, fleecy thing.
An accomplice who's tried to contact the police, and indeed he may even ring the programme while we're on the air.
Well, calls from viewers of last month's programme led to 3 arrests, 2 of which happened within hours of calls to here to the studio. And now in 3 other cases, new evidence from viewers has given investigations a new lease of life, and developments are expected soon. The detectives here tonight are hoping you'll see something just as significant. They're waiting now for your call. Remember, we have a new code here.
Let me show you one clip if I can find it. Because I hate this beanie fuck as well. Is there a short for this? Got to be a short for this, please. Here we go.
She is burning everything down, and she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you told me? She has no security. She doesn't deal with the we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. She's making everyone else suffer. It's all lies. It's all hypocrisy, and it is for the purpose of making money. And she does not live the way other people live. And she claims she liked Charlie, she loved Charlie, and she is burning everything down that he built because she is evil. She is evil. And I'll say it again, this conservative movement is fractured, it's fried, whatever it is.
The escalating feud between Tim Pool and Candace Owens has exposed a significant splintering.
Anyway, there we go.
81, so it's 081 811 8055. And it's the same code for the
There's a new Bride of Charlie app out. I've not watched episode 3 yet, but the first 2 episodes were pretty funny. She's proper going after Erica Kirk in a way I've not seen anybody else.
Death of a man described by almost everyone as pleasant, charming, cultured, and intelligent.
Oh, Anthony.
Man, apparently.
Love you. I'm going to ask one thing of you tonight. If a case comes up and you know the result, just keep it until afterwards when I do a little bit of research on it, yeah? Please, my friend, that would be very much appreciated.
Mr. Erskine met this man as a result of an advert in a Contact magazine here in London. We know that the man was into S&M.
Have I skipped here? I've skipped here.
Who's tried to contact
55.
Oh, it's because I pressed number 2 on the
And it's the same
keyboard to
code for the
change the
Minicom
camera.
Supertel number for viewers who are hard of hearing. Remember, 081.
What you been on, Dalton? You completed Resident
Our
Evil
first
yet?
case is about the tragic death of a man described by almost everyone as pleasant, charming, cultured and intelligent. A slightly shy man, apparently without an enemy in the world, Murray Erskine. Sometime last December, probably on the evening of Friday the 15th, he was murdered. The Royal Opera House at Covent Garden.
Sorry I was a bit late. Not to worry, we've got plenty of time.
Cheers, brother.
Have a glass of wine first, shall we?
I'm guilty of it myself sometimes, but I'm going to try myself as well, just to be like, oh, maybe I think I know.
Murray Erskine came here frequently. Indeed, back home he had a big collection of
Spoilers, innit?
classical records. He was also something of a wine buff. Back at his flat he had a store of almost 500 fine bottles.
Chablis Cru, Chablis, Sancerre, Muscadet.
Is the Sancerre the 87?
It is indeed, sir.
We'll have a bottle of that one then, please.
Is the volume okay, Anthony?
He
On
lived
the
by himself in a basement in Norland
TV feed
Square,
and my mic.
in London's Notting Hill. He was regarded as a quiet and pleasant neighbour. Most of Murray's friends knew that he was gay. Few knew that he also had a streak of masochism. That could well be connected to his death. Just around the corner is the Norland Arms. The publican remembers Murray being there sometime in November.
See, I don't like
Just
this.
of masochism. Friends knew that he was gay. Few knew.
First part I don't like is that whenever they have a gay victim on, that they have to tell you that he's gay for some reason. And the second bit, they wouldn't do that on any fucking straight victim, or he was into masochism, unless it was an intrinsic part, unless there was evidence shown at the crime scene that it was an intrinsic part of the murder, which I guess we might see that later. But I'm laughing because I watched this one this morning. The mic is good, bro. What are you getting ahead of yourself for, bro? You know I'm going to be back. Trust me, I'll go through the. I'm going to go. Fuck me, I can't talk. I will be going through the whole thing. Wait for your brother, yeah?
Of masochism. That could well be connected to his death. Just around the corner is the Norland Arms.
Thank
The
you, too.
publican remembers Murray being there sometime in November.
Pint of Lowenbrow, please.
Murray used to come in to the pub 2 or 3 times a week. Not every week. Never at the weekends. No, it's 150, please.
There we are.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
He often came in on his own. And on occasions he was joined by a young couple.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much, cheers.
It was my impression that these meetings were pre-arranged. The couple, well, they looked like a professional couple on their way home from work. They were both smartly dressed and would stay and chat with Murray for about half an hour. Shortly after the couple left, another man would join Murray. He would sit down and Murray would get up and get him a drink, usually a half pint of lager. I first saw this friend of Murray's in October, and the last time I saw him with Murray was mid-November last year. Well, they used to stay for about half an hour, and they would leave together.
So, how's
2 days
things?
before Murray disappeared, he invited a friend round to his flat for dinner.
Well, I'm dying to tell you.
Souffle.
You know my friend the Rhodesian? Oh, yes. Is he still around? As
I
a
remember
matter of
this, the
fact, he is, and he's
Rhodesian.
coming to see me on Friday night.
I'm thinking it had a bit of the Sherlock Holmes about
That
it.
Friday morning, Murray went to
Rhodesian.
work as usual. You could almost set the clock by him, leaving for the city at 8:30 and returning home promptly at 6:45. It's not known if Murray Erskine ever reached his home that night. Did the Rhodesian come to visit him? Did Murray come home to change and then go out again? Did you see him anywhere that Friday night? The next day, Murray's access card and checkbooks were used in London's West End. Someone who may have had a beard went into Austin Quay on the Strand.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Can I help you at all?
Yes, can I look at that watch, please?
Yes, certainly. It's quite a rare watch, actually. There are only 350 of those in the country.
And how much is it?
Well, it's usually 225, but we're selling it for £200.
Okay, that'll be fine. That's what I'm looking for.
Good.
Do you take access?
Yes, we do. I'll just get this authorised. Won't keep a moment.
Okay.
The name's Erskine. It expires August 1990. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
2 days later, just around the corner, London's Charing Cross Hotel. Someone booked a hire car under the name of Murray Erskine. He must have had to wait outside the hotel for an hour or so, since the driver had first gone to the wrong hotel.
We were talking the other day, Anthony, I think it was before you started coming to the stream, but how mad is it that we used to just fucking authenticate everything with just a signature? As long as you had a card, and you look at the signature was on the back of it. Somebody had written the signature anyway, usually. You just have to, I'll just copy that on fucking... And mine, I never got mine the same. So the banks didn't give a fuck, because mine always looked different every damn time I did it.
Hi, I think this is for me. You are from the exit.
I was born too late for fraud.
That's all right. Don't worry.
If you'd like to get in, let's fill out some paperwork. I won't
I was
keep you
too
long.
young.
Right then.
Stolen checkbooks and
Can I
that.
have your driving license, please, sir?
Yeah, certainly.
Thank you. And can I have your access card, please? Thank you very much. Right, sir. Thank you, Mr. Erskine. Everything seems to be in order. I hope you enjoy the car. Shouldn't have any problems with it. Last time. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Cheers, mate. You're not seeing that car again, pal.
The delivery driver noticed the man sat in the car for about 5 minutes before driving off. During that week before Christmas, between Monday the 18th of December and Thursday the 21st, Murray's access card and chequebook were used frequently, always in London's West End. The red Fiesta was dropped off as arranged on Thursday morning, just behind King's Cross Station.
You all
From
seen
the
that car
mileage,
again?
the car had clearly been driven outside London.
Gave it back. Yeah, great times for fraudsters.
Several days elapsed over the Christmas and New Year period, and then here at London's Liverpool Street Station, Murray's card and
She's
chequebook
snoring
were
like
used
crazy.
again.
You having a nightmare, Bubba?
Can I have £50 worth of guilders, please?
Guilders. What was that? Netherlands. Gilder. Netherlands, wasn't it? Or Belgium?
Return ticket to Holland, please.
Netherlands. Or
Around
Holland, as they
now,
call
Murray
it.
Erskine's bank had recognised his writing had been forged, and soon after this, his access
Oh,
card
there we
was
go.
blocked. When someone tried to use it in the Netherlands, it was seized. The River Cam in Cambridgeshire, near Ely. From 2 days before Christmas, there'd been several sightings of a large black plastic bag that was floating in the water near this new pub the 5 miles from anywhere. At least 3 witnesses thought it was a body, but no one told the police. Until 3 months later, these two were sailing on a day trip down the river.
That is... No, it's bloody odd. We better have a look at that when we get back.
If you saw Murray Erskine on Friday the 15th of December after you left work, or any time after that, please do call us.
Wait, what was in the bag?
Vanna, I gather you've had a tremendous amount of cooperation, and particularly from the gay community.
That's quite correct. The inquiry has taken us into a number of gay clubs, pubs and bars, and in fact we've received nothing but the best of cooperation there. We do know that Mr. Erskine met this man as a result of an advert in a Contact magazine here in London. We know that the man was into S&M and CP, both expressions which members of the gay community will understand, and we don't...
Oh my God. These were the days though. Well, actually 90. Where you would link homosexuality with paedophilia. Yeah, yikes, Marie. Both expressions well known in the gay community. Jesus Christ. Okay, what the fuck? Bro, do you want this solved or not? Because you probably shouldn't have said that bit, like, out loud. What the fuck? How you doing, Marie? Hope you're well.
believe that Mr. Erskine is the only man which this Rhodesian could have met.
I have to ask you this. I mean, how discreet are you going to be if somebody rings up and that's what they call a closet gay? Their family, friends don't know.
What's CP? Child porn. I think they've recently changed the acronym to CSAM. I see it a lot on Reddit. People asking what it is. Child sexual abuse material.
No.
We understand that people may feel vulnerable and reluctant to come forward, but we really do guarantee absolute discretion.
Okay, the couple in the...
Which, I guess, fans of Crystal Palace are probably quite happy about. And also football casuals who wear a lot of CP company clothing. What was his first name? Hang on.
Legend. A slightly shy man, apparently almost everyone as pleasant, charming. First case is about the tragic death of a man described by almost everyone as pleasant, charming, cultured and intelligent. A slightly shy man, apparently without an enemy in the world, Murray Erskine.
Murray.
And we don't believe that Mr. Erskine is the only man which this Rhodesian could have met.
I have to ask you this. I mean, how discreet are you going to be if somebody
Unsolved.
rings up and...
Oh, they found it in a Cambridgeshire river.
We understand
I wondered why the actors were talking English.
Forward, we really do guarantee
So his body was in the river.
Okay.
I thought they meant in the Netherlands. I thought they were on the Netherlands Canal.
Meeting Murray sometime October or November. You need to find them. Obviously, they've got nothing to do with the crime, except that they might know who he was meeting later on.
It would certainly seem that their presence in the pub coincided with the visits of this other man. They may have seen him. Mr. Erskine may well have spoken about him.
Rhodesian is Zimbabwean. I was presuming it was from Rhodes for some reason.
About 6 foot tall, slightly above average build.
Rhodesian.
His hair is dark down to his collar.
Oh, former British colony in South Africa.
Okay. Now, we also have a video fit of a man who was seen. That's a description, in fact, from the hire car delivery driver. It could well be the chap who bought the watch as well. Not dissimilar.
It's not dissimilar. That man was described to us as being in his early 30s, 5'11" tall, about average build. It's a well-trimmed beard and moustache with nice curly dark brown hair.
Anything interesting?
We need to find anybody who knows someone who could be known as the Rhodesian.
That's correct. Erskine referred to him as the Rhodesian or my Rhodesian friend. We only know from things that Mr. Erskine told his colleagues that the man had served in the Rhodesian army, possibly in their version of the SAS coming
How's it coming along?
after independence.
Or at least he said he had.
That's
we don't
correct.
know whether he had or not, presumably. Incidentally, this is one of the Seiko Yachtmaster watches.
Hey!
Wait,
I said hey. It's probably called fucking Grandad or Old Cunt or something like that. The Slowpoke. The Creaker.
350 of these in the country. If you know someone who's got one of those, particularly in conjunction with one of these, which is a watch cover case.
It's Roman. Okay, nice,
and
nice,
in
nice.
conjunction
Thank you very much.
possibly with one of these too,
I'm
which
honoured.
is a Euro belt pouch, something he might wear around his waist. And then do give us a call, particularly if any of the
A
descriptions
Euro
match
belt
anything
pouch,
else
mate.
that
It's
seems odd to
1990.
you.
We're calling them bum
Here's the
bags by
number
now,
if you
surely.
can help in any way. 081, remember the new code, 811 8055. 081 811 8055. Or you can try the instant room at Kensington, which is Greater London. That's
It's on the
081
Rose train line.
741 6022. That's 081
I like Roses.
741 6022.
Well, now some progress reports on previous programmes. Last
Is that something in the
December,
game, or is
we
that what you've
reconstructed
named
the
your
last
train
day in
line?
the life of Christoph Schliak, who worked as a sub-editor for Butterworth's law publishers and had for the past 11 years lived in Shepherd's Bush in West London. He was
No
a familiar
income
figure in the
tax,
area
no
with his tilby
VAT.
hat, gold fob
no
watch
money. The
and
Roman
monocle.
Rose. Let's go.
On the evening of Monday, the 18th of September, Christoph was stabbed and
Wait. Because I'm thorny. I'm not thorny.
killed at his flat. A few days after the programme, a viewer called with
somebody now to
information
give
which
him
has
part
led
somehow.
directly now to one man's arrest. That man is now in custody, awaiting formal charge.
Last month, on
Can you make
Photocall,
them
we showed
different
a picture
colours,
of a
like the
man who was
tracks?
sought in connection with a rape near King's Cross in North London. 43 viewers thought they recognised the picture, and 2 of them led police to the south coast. In fact, one gave the name of a guest house there. Detectives went round on the Friday morning pretty early. They were told the suspect was working at a nearby hospital. A man was subsequently arrested. He's been remanded, charged with rape.
And there have been 2 more arrests also as a result of last month's photo call. In one case, we showed security videotape of robberies at 2 banks in the North London area.
Trains can be different colours, but the
These
tracks
were carried
can't.
out by the same man, and 2 callers to the programme gave
That
the
could
same
get confusing.
name. One of them gave an address as well. Police called at that address and an arrest has now been made. And the other case was in South London. Again, we showed 2 pieces of security video. This time the robberies were at building societies. Again, police were convinced these were both carried...
Okay. So say right. So you've got 1 track, 2 track, 3 track, 4 track, 5 track, maybe crosses over and then goes that way. 6 track, maybe crosses over and then goes this way. Can you put something next to them at intervals that are different colours, like a block or a lamp or something, so you can differentiate? You can. That's what I'd have to do. Or I'd be like, where does that one go? Where's this one go? Okay, good. Good to know for when I start playing that game myself.
Carried out by the same man, and 20 callers rang with the same name. Several callers gave addresses as well, and on the Saturday morning following the programme, a man was arrested at his home.
Well, now to this month's photo call, here with the faces and the stories behind them, WDC Jackie Hames and Superintendent David Hatcher.
Jackie Ames.
These 2 men, Peter Meyer and Syed Almanor, may be able to help the company fraud department of the City of London Police, who are investigating a £300,000 fraud. You may know them as directors of International Sellers, the trading name for Shopdean Limited, operating between
They believe has carried out 4 armed robberies. Hyde Anglia Shrewsbury. He's described as marked face, but it hardly helps him.
Next, colleagues in Lancashire would like to speak to this man.
Fraud. He left his job and took a shitload of cash with him.
His name is Peter Preston, or you may know him as David Eyre or Peter Briers. He may have information about a number of frauds and deceptions carried out throughout the country involving electrical equipment and cars worth about £60,000. He was last seen on Friday the 5th of January in Beetham, Cumbria, when he left his rented home, taking his wife and 2 young daughters with him. He may still be driving a white Volvo estate car, registration G, old, 5 foot 10 inches tall and well built. If you know where he is, please ring us now.
Colleagues in the Metropolitan Police
Bank
building
robbery,
should next
okay.
end, and at the same time too at 3 with short brown hair and has always worn dark sunglasses in the raids. If you have any information about this man or were in the vicinity of these buildings...
AM on April the 10th, and Gary Thompson.
ABH.
He was last seen at 2:30 AM on April the 10th when he was dropped by a taxi in Beaconsfield Road, Walthamstow, East London. He just discharged himself from Whittington Hospital and was still wearing his pyjamas. He was born in Scotland, but his main base for many years has been Doncaster in South Yorkshire.
What's he wanted
He
for?
may be able to help detectives in Stevenage with an inquiry looking into cases of deception.
Oh,
Gary Thompson,
another deceiver.
or Gary Talbot, as he's some total call fake.
8 double.
Well, more news now as a result
Making
of last
some weird
month's programme.
noises tonight,
First, on the
Luna.
case of 16-year-old Michael Bolton, who inexplicably disappeared without trace a year ago while he was out jogging near his home in Eam, Derbyshire. We had more than 250 calls from people
That's the young
anxious to
lad they
help,
found in the cave,
but the
innit?
results have been disappointing. There are only 10 callers who said they thought they saw Michael in Eam on the day he went missing.
This is very
and those
sad.
are being followed up. But many viewers rang to say that they'd seen Michael in or near the village of Stourport-on-Severn. And police have discovered that there is a boy living there who looks very much like Michael, so again, disappointment there. But there would have been thousands of people in the Eam area of the Peak District on that day, and police feel there must be many more people who could have seen Michael out in his jogging gear on the afternoon or early evening of Sunday the 7th of May last year. So if you think you did see Michael and you haven't yet contacted the police, you can either ring us here in the studio, or this is the direct line to the police station in Buxton. It's 0298 721...
See if you can hear this. Can you hear that? Little duck.
00. That's 0298, the code for Buxton, 72100.
Some intriguing developments on the murder in West London of the businessman Surinder Gill. If you recall, he was hijacked in his distinctive blue Mercedes in Southall.
Unsolved.
Noon. Another viewer saw the road pursued by an...
Our Aladdin's Cave last month actually prompted more calls than
We don't care.
Also in the studio, but with many more who are answering phones downstairs. And you can see pictures there of the downstairs room where another whole stack of lines being taken. As always, your calls will be treated with the utmost discretion. And let me remind you again of the new code, 081 811 8055. The lines, if you can't get through at the moment, they're open until midnight, but do keep trying.
Now, it's a measure of the seriousness of our next case that 5 weeks later, the two police officers who became involved are still suffering from the shock of what happened. One of them, an experienced officer with 12 years' service in the Metropolitan Police Force behind him, is not yet able to return to duty. He was very nearly killed. Their colleagues from the flying squad in North London are now hunting 2 or maybe 3 volatile and highly dangerous armed robbers. In the film you're about to see, is there anything you recognise that jogs your memory? Our reconstruction begins in Palmer's Green in North London at a spot known locally as the Triangle.
North London forever.
It's the junction between Alderman's Hill and Green Lanes, which is a main route to and from London, and it's busy day and night. About 100 yards away is Palmer's Green railway station, and just across the road, the nationwide Anglia Building Society. It's Thursday the 5th of April. At about 10 minutes to midnight, a security van arrived to deliver cash.
10 to midnight? What are they thinking?
At the same time, the last train from King's Cross calls at Palmer's Green. Passengers emerging from the station may well have seen something of what happened next. Remember, it's 10 minutes to midnight on Thursday the 5th of April. For obvious reasons, we've left out some of the security details here.
Like, why were we delivering it 10 to midnight?
Drop it! Okay.
The stolen Cream Sierra drove off along Alderman's Hill. Unaware that a raid had taken place, 2 plainclothes policemen were just resuming their patrol.
Well, that seemed to go okay.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to the paperwork, though.
I think it's going to be a slow one tonight. Yeah? Yeah, my job could do with it, quite frankly. Yeah.
The 2 unarmed officers had been placed on night patrol all that week to tackle a recent spate of car thefts.
Well, do you fancy something to eat?
What time is it?
It's just coming up to midnight.
Wait till we get rid of the station, eh? What the hell's he doing?
It's worth that.
Were you driving one of the vehicles which were forced to pull in as the 2 cars sped down Broomfield Avenue?
Hey! Wait there! Police!
Run! You
bastard! Yeah, you are the man! Bust up!
Back up!
That's your pig! Come on, hand it out! I'm going! That's you bastard! Yes!
Yeah. Yeah.
The men disappeared into pitch-dark waste ground at the back of a sports club.
I'm not going in there.
Nah, fuck that.
Yankee Echo
Get the chopper
172.
out.
Require urgent assistance.
Firmo
Broomfield Avenue,
camera.
Cranford Avenue. Shots fired at police.
Moments later, two men sprinted in front of the traffic across Powis Lane from the direction of the waste ground. An alert motorist who'd noticed a lot of police activity in the area flagged down a police van to report the incident.
Which way?
My colleague in the car was shot at twice from virtually point-blank range. It was terrifying, thinking that he might, any time, be killed. He's still
I'll be honest, mate.
very
He
shocked.
wasn't shooting at your colleague, was he? Or
He's off work and he's seeing a
I'm
doctor
gonna mess with a shotgun
to
at
get
that
over the
range.
trauma of the incident.
he shot a tyre, bro.
Well, DCI Albert Patrick of the Flying Squad is heading the mission. Mr. Patrick, when is the senior officer likely to be able to resume his post?
Well, Mark is off sick at the moment. Obviously, he's not well. He's still suffering from shock. He'll get better. Both were extremely brave officers that night, and very basically, the robbers were extremely dangerous. It could have been a member of the public. A very difficult position they were in.
Because he really did come very close to death, didn't he?
He was literally 2 inches away from being dead. This could easily have been a murder inquiry, and thank God it wasn't.
Now, we are looking for 3 men. Do you have any descriptions at all?
3 men, yes. They're vague, best described as the gunman who shot at the police officer, 6 foot, goatee beard. The rest is quite vague. 1 white and another 1 black. So.
And the third one you don't know?
Well, yes, exactly.
Now, these men could have been in the area of the Triangle in Palmer's Green for some hours before midnight, before the raid happened.
That's correct. Obviously, to plan a robbery.
What was that fucking show, Anthony? Back in the day, 90s. Cop show.
Right. So we're appealing for anybody who saw 2 men, 3 men.
And he always used to have like that
car.
chopper
Could have been
footage, that
parked
sort
there
of
for some time.
Call of Duty thermal imaging.
What is vital is that
chopper
the man
footage,
who
chasing
saw the
people through
motorist saw the
fields
2
and
men
that.
running across Powis
I think there's a lot
Lane
of car
across
crime
road.
in it.
He hasn't come forward at all, or he didn't give the police officer his name and address. He is a vital witness, so please come forward. Don't have to say who you are, as you said in the night. Pick up
Just
the
have
phone and just
chases
tell
on
us
it,
what
and
you
then
saw.
they'd
he was
bail,
driving a
and the
four-door
chopper would be
dark-coloured
following him
Ford
around,
Escort.
watching him hop
And
over
talking of
fences
cars, the
and
gunman
that.
used a light-coloured Sierra as a getaway car, which had been stolen 3 weeks earlier in Kilburn, so somebody might have seen that during that time.
Yes, they may, but one of the crucial points there is where were the plates made up? That's a good point, I think, and we'll appeal to anyone who actually made the plates up.
And there's the number B329AAG.
I can see the presenter's face.
There
I
are
can't
2
remember
other
his
stolen
fucking
cars
name
which
now.
you're anxious to eliminate from your inquiries, or include.
I'm relatively happy that we can eliminate them, but we just want to be sure. The Maestro from Tamworth was abandoned in Palmer's Green.
Now, this was a Maestro stolen in Tamworth and driven down to Palmer's Green and abandoned.
That's correct. And on the night of the robbery, a Montego was stolen shortly after the robbery, or thereabouts, and abandoned in Tamworth.
So it looks like a straight swap, and the areas tally.
Yes, they do tally, but
Nah,
we're not
British.
sure if they were the robbers.
How much hope are you holding out at the moment for this?
Sue, can I say that we are struggling.
Wait,
we need
was it-
help. It could easily have been a murder inquiry, and I do need just a little clue
Was
as to
it
who the robbers
police
are. Point me in the right
camera
direction,
action?
and hopefully I'll be able to do the rest with my men.
Let's hope so. If you
Yeah,
can
him.
help Albert Patrick
Police
and his
camera
colleagues to
action.
trace these gunmen, please do ring
How many
us
of these
now.
are on here?
This could well be a matter of urgency. As we've said, these are dangerous men. Now, the number to ring
Fucking
here
loads.
is 081 811
Oh, nice.
8855. Or you can ring the police direct at the Flying Squad headquarters, and the number there is 071 230 2061. That's 071
mad car chases and that.
2061.
We are getting a tremendous response, let me tell you, on the Murray Erskine case. We've had large numbers of people, and I'm delighted to say most of them being prepared to give their names on a confidential basis, who've given us names of people they think could be the Rhodesian that detectives are seeking. We'll let you know more as we hear
Here
more.
you go, look, he's bailed, he's bailed, he's bailed, he's into the field, he's
Well,
into
now
the
to
field.
Incident desk with direct appeals on cases all over the UK.
He's fucking up the crops.
Here are Detective Constable Jackie Hames and Superintendent David Hatcher.
They've hit a ditch. They're alighting the
In our
vehicle.
first case, one of the robbers or an associate
Two running,
has
two
left
running.
a significant clue for Crimewatch viewers. On Monday the 26th of February, 4 men broke into Heaton's Removals in Baxter's Lane, St Helens. It was 8:20 p.m. and they were to be there.
Police
for nearly
Stop, it
3
was called. I
hours.
thought it was Police Camera
Wearing
Action.
balaclavas and
Oh, that's a
brandishing
different one, yeah.
sticks,
Police
they
Camera
locked up
Action.
the night
They must have
watchman
changed the name
and
of
stole
it.
12 of these
Yo,
Nest
Treasure Hunt was
microwaves.
sick.
They also took 147 cartons of clothing, mainly children's, destined for market stalls, about enough to fill a
Yes,
small lorry.
man.
They left at 11:30
Annika
p.m.
Rice.
But just after midnight, Merseyside police received a 999 call from a phone box in Prescott Road, St Helens. It's pretty hard
Where's
to
Annie?
hear, so we're giving subtitles so you
she
can
is.
concentrate on whose voice it is.
Hello, can I help you? Hello, yeah. Could you listen to me very carefully, please?
Remember that now, yeah.
I'm listening. Right, the watchman at Eaton's Transport. Yeah. Just off Baxter Lane. Yeah. Yeah. Side up. Okay.
We think the man has a local accent. Could it be anybody you know? The night watchman had in fact freed himself shortly after the raid, so we knew about it by that stage. If you've any idea who the caller might be, or know where the microwaves or clothing are now, please call us.
Oh, who didn't
Next,
have a crush on
police in
Annika?
Essex are trying to trace a man who's indecently assaulted 3 girls in the space of 1 week. The first attack took place on...
You've never seen a one-piece jumpsuit look so sexy. Yeah, what's Annika Rice doing now? 2025. Still looks good. I was going to call her a gilf, but no, she's a fair bit older than me, to be fair, because she was like, I used to watch this when I was like 10 or 11. I was like, oh, love you, Annie. And then they replaced her with, who replaced her? Brunette lady. Who replaced Annika Rice? Annabelle Croft, tennis player. She replaced her, didn't she? After a few years. Cracking show, that. Proper Sunday night with the grandparents.
Monday the 19th of March at about 3:30 in
Hi,
the
Lucy
afternoon.
Boo.
2 teenage girls were walking along the road known locally as Road 50, near Stainway in the Langdon Hills area of Basildon. It's a fairly new stretch that hasn't yet been linked to any other road, so there was no traffic.
Great energy.
A man followed the girls, then grabbed one of them, pulling her into the bushes. He threatened both girls with a Stanley knife and indecently assaulted one of them. Then he ran off towards Langdon Link. The girls, only 15 years old, were obviously frightened and couldn't identify him since he wore a stocking mask. The second attack happened on Tuesday the 27th of March, this time in the early evening. 2 girls walking along Lee Chapel Lane in the same area, Langdon Hills, were forced behind bushes. During the assault, they were threatened with a Stanley knife and he was again wearing a stocking mask. The day before, the girls had noticed the man acting suspiciously in Lee Chapel Lane. This time, of course, they were able to see his face clearly without his stocking
I forgot this
mask.
channel's name. He looks back on all the 80s TV and that.
5'10" and 6 foot, stocky build with a beer belly, about 25 to 30 years old, with collar-length dark brown hair, and has a lighter moustache. He speaks with a local accent and wears an earring in his left ear. If you recognise this man, please call us now.
My colleagues in Staffordshire are looking for this man who,
Is
together
that-
with an accomplice, stole antiques
Stuart
worth
Millard.
over £12,000.
Did Stuart Millard ever do a treasure hunt?
Weston Park in Shifnal, the ancestral home of Lord
No, treasure
Bradford,
hunt.
was burgled
Oh,
on
Salted
Friday
One.
the 6th of April. That's the week before Easter. 2 men drove up to the main hall and got away with 3 valuable antiques.
Ultra Quiz
These 2
85
bronze
encounters at the
statues
end
of
of the pier.
Venus instructing Cupid
Um,
are 10.5 inches high.
This is a fantastic channel. If you grew up in my sort of era, Stuart Millard does really humorous look backs at, well, as you can see, all kinds of stuff from the 80s and 90s, Crackerjack, VHS on Lucky Dips, Big Breakfast, James Whale, fucking Neil Buchanan, Little and Large, The Word, Whizbit, Live and Kicking, 081 811 8181. One of my favourite YouTube channels is Gladiators on Games Master. Much recommendo Stuart Millard.
High and are worth £10,000.
For any follow fogies like me.
Chinese ginger jar made about a end service fame to State Rattingham Park. There's a straight hair and a pale.
For help on Friday, this man.
Jim Morrison. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. No, 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 no. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, people look out of the rain. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. The James Wales show, I know, right? He's a right fucking
He
knob.
carries a knife and isn't worried about using it. On Friday, the 9th of February, he went into the sub-post office in the Ridgeway at Leigh-on-Sea. Threatening the owner's wife with a knife, he tried to make her fill plastic bag with money from the safe.
Misogynistic fucking
But at that
tabloid
moment, her husband came back to the shop and grabbed the robber. In the struggle, he was knifed in the leg, and the attacker ran off empty-handed. He drove away in a blue Ford Sierra. Perhaps you remember seeing it driving very fast down this road. Or perhaps you saw it being abandoned a mile away in Satanita Road, Westcliff-on-Sea. Detectives now know that the getaway car had been stolen earlier that morning from this car park at Southend East Railway Station. Did you take a train from here to Liverpool Street that day? You might have seen this man at the station. He's described as white, 6 feet tall, 25 years old, with dark brown fuzzy hair which was possibly permed. He was wearing a blue jacket with white or yellow stripes. So if you think you recognise him or remember anything that may help on this or any of our incident desk cases, please call us.
And here once again is the number to call if you can help. It's 081 811 8055. That's 081 811 8055.
Our next case is a murder in which the killer or an accomplice seems to have tried to contact the police. Detectives have a tape recording of a man's voice, they have samples of handwriting, and they have an insight into the suspect's personality, which, it must be said, seems slightly weird. Indeed, the police think that there's a real chance the murderer might call Crimewatch while we're on the air. If so, there are details that only he knows, which will prove that he was really at the scene of the killing. The police now want to see if you can help make the pieces fit together and maybe fit someone that you know. The victim was an eminent doctor, a skin specialist, who lived in Middlesbrough.
David Burkitt was consultant dermatologist at the Carter Bequest Hospital, though he also held surgeries in 4 other hospitals in South Cleveland. He was a dedicated NHS doctor who'd specialised in skin disorders for nearly 30 years.
It will take some time to clear up.
Epidemiologist.
David was also one of the UK's half-dozen figures in the field of paleopathology, the study of ancient human bones, and he was a consultant to the government.
Tell us all about it.
About what?
Operation Thingamy.
Rally.
Your weekend of adventure in the great outdoors.
When we got back...
He was modest about his achievements and very popular in Linthorpe, even though many of his friends didn't feel they really knew him.
David, from what I know of him, was a very private person. I think that was the most outstanding facet of his personality. He was a very kind man. He'd frequently stop to talk to people that nobody else would bother with. Over the last few years, we've got to know David a little bit better because he started to come out with several of the neighbours, my husband and myself, on a regular basis. On the Wednesday before David died, we all had arranged to go to the bowling club, and David had gone to Durham that evening. And as normal, he came in about 2 minutes just before the quiz started. He must have driven very fast to get down from Durham.
Yes, I did. My goodness, it's cold out there too.
Is it really?
It is.
Yes, I thought it might be.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start the quiz now. The first question is, how do frogs breathe underwater?
We know the answer.
What do they call that? I forgot what the... The process is called. But I know the answer to that.
Second question. Where are the heights of Abraham?
The Heights of Abraham. Fuck knows. He was dedicated to his work, have huge respect for men like him.
That one.
Jordan.
In the group,
where?
he had the best intellect out of all of us, really. He had an outstanding intellect, general knowledge and ability.
It's the day of his death, Saturday the 3rd of February. David was divorced and lived alone, and his routine on Saturdays was to go down to the shops.
Oh, Virgin flight brochure, please. There you go. Oh, thank you.
Is it business or pleasure this time?
Oh, a bit of both, really. I'm taking my daughter with me on a trip to America.
Cutaneous respiration.
When you got your date sorted?
I didn't
Give
know
us a
that.
ring.
I will do.
Cheerio.
Bye-bye.
I guess you could have
Dr.
said through
Burkitt
the
was seen
skin.
in several other shops in Linthorpe and in Middlesbrough town centre before returning home to Cornfield Road. He'd lived here for 13 years, 3 of them alone, though he saw a good deal of his former wife and children. He began to prepare his evening meal, and at about 5:20, one of his neighbours cycling down the lane adjoining David's house saw him sitting alone in his kitchen. It was the last time David Burkitt is known to have been seen alive. Nearly an hour later, at about 6:10, this witness, a local farmer, noticed someone sitting on David's next-door neighbour's garden wall. David usually went out with friends on Saturday night, but by 6:30 he'd still not been in touch to make arrangements.
I telephoned, but there was no reply.
At 7:20, there was nearly an accident near David's house.
Bloody stupid thing to do.
About 10 to 8, I ran to David's house and dropped a note in the door asking him would he let me know by 9 o'clock what he was going to do that night. And then I went down the side of the house where I noticed that the kitchen windows were all steamed up. I was a little bit concerned because I felt I could smell burning potatoes.
An hour later, a witness waiting for a bus saw someone in the phone box in Union Street at the junction of Parliament Road. It's some 15 minutes walk from David's house. Someone from this phone box dialed 999 and implied there'd been a murder. The witness saw a man use the phone box 3 times, but only saw him speak once. He remembers the man walked away down Parliament Road.
Hello?
It's Frank. I've tried to get David 2 or 3 times on the phone. There's no answer. What do you want to do this evening?
Well, I think we should do our normal and stick to our normal plan in that we go along to the theatre club. And David may come along at 10:15.
David never did join his friends at the Little Theatre Club that Saturday night. And the next day, Sunday the 4th of February, his body was discovered in his home. He'd been beaten to death.
If I had to guess right now, then, with one of them phoning up, maybe one felt guilty, 2 went in to rob him. One of them was a lot more violent than the other one.
Yes, we do indeed. He's 35 to 45 years of age. He's medium build, 6 feet tall, and he was dressed in a dark anorak.
Okay, fairly distinctive features. You want him to call. It could be the man who dialed 999, of course, but there's no way of telling.
That's right. He may well not be connected with the murder.
Okay.
But obviously we need to trace and eliminate him from the inquiry.
Now, not only did someone ring the police, but someone wrote this letter to you. Now, this is the first page of it, which is stenciled, and I gather people who know about stencil say it's fairly well done.
That's right.
This next page is more interesting. It's got a verse. It's fairly...
I'm writing this as you won't get any nearer to me to talk and walk away. Know what I've done. Know I'm facing life.
fairly well done.
That's right.
This next page is more interesting. It's got a...
If my karma is to conquer, I shall conquer. If my karma is to be conquered, I shall be conquered. What difference does it make? Sounds like something from the Tao. Heaven and earth, now my parents. Something something is my home. Sala Tandan? Stolen is my body. Flash of something my eyes. Is this Buddhism?
Which seems about martial arts. Heaven.
Oh, Sakatsu. Jihai, my strategy. Stoicism is my body. Rinkichon, my principles. Kishin, my desires. I can throw my life away in an instant. Can you? Yeah, maybe.
Heaven and earth are my parents. Psyche Tandon is my home. Stoicism is my body. Very interesting, this line here. I can throw my life away at an instant. Can you?
Yes, we've received many anonymous letters.
Yo, them Y's are distinctive as fuck. And the G's. Look how far down he comes with the G. I ain't never seen that. Them Y's are super distinctive. Somebody knows that writing, I'm telling you now. What was this guy's name? I'm going to guess this was solved.
Who lived in Middlesbrough. The victim was an eminent doctor, a skin specialist who lived in Middlesbrough.
David what?
David Burkitt was
David Burkitt with an I or a U, don't know. David Burkitt, murder, 1990. Evil killer, hey, solved. I bet it was for that fucking writing as well. A hammer killing. Reginald Wilson, a savage killer who murdered a beloved dad of three in a hammer attack, will not be moved to an open prison. It had been selected at random. Wilson was jailed and never provided an explanation or motive for the killing, with experts saying he had an untreatable psychopathic disorder. It emerged over the weekend that the parole board had recommended that Wilson, 58, now be transferred to an open prison. Reginald Wilson still unclosed. Right. Tricked his way into the doctor's home. He first pushed a note through the letterbox purporting to be from a motorcycle delivery firm called Demon Dispatch. It said a parcel was ready to be delivered, but Dr. Burkitt would need to call a number and make arrangements. The number was that of a public telephone box in nearby Oxford Road, where Wilson was eagerly waiting. When Burkitt dialed the number, Wilson made his way to the house on a motorbike. The horrific attack took place in the hallway after trusting Dr. Burkitt let him in with the parcel. Wilson struck the 56-year-old about the head 16 times. So them two guys got nothing to do with it. The two running across the road and that. Dr. Burkitt was then dragged into his study using two pieces of cord wrapped around his arms and subjected to his second sadistic attack. Wilson fled after taking a few personal items belonging to the doctor. 3 years later, the Home Secretary told him life would mean life, but this was later reduced to 30 years minimum in 2008. So 91... 0111 21. He might be out by now. Made an escape attempt in 96 and then tried to stab a prison officer. That surely added a few years. I presume then he might still be in. ...2010 looks like refused parole. The Guardian doesn't support secure connection. What What is this with the BBC sometimes where it says news in front of it? Is it like some fake BBC? Finally released as that. Oh, it's a different doctor. Oh no, it's not. It's the same one. I'm not giving you my fucking email, mate. Hey, 2023 was still in. I hate clicking on the Daily Mail, but... Caught the killer 5 months later thanks to a fingerprint left at the murder scene. Believed that he planned a series of murders. Officers later found a cache of arms, including a sawn-off shotgun and crossbows at his home. A scientific examination of an apparently blank piece of paper revealed a plan to kill police officers. Is that where they've done the thing? Where they've done their... Remember on like you used to have a notepad and you get a pencil and rub on the top page? And you get the indent to whatever was written before it. I've seen crime solved by that. A notebook of police officers. A notebook was also found containing a list of police officers and their addresses. Right, so he's in open prison now and has periods of temporary release. Now age 58, Wilson will be eligible for another parole hearing next year, so that would have been 2024. Interesting. We got a fucking solved at last. It's been a few episodes since we've had a major crime solved.
Consultant dermatologist at the Carter...
The contents, the killer may have taken it from the house.
Okay. And this bag was found...
This was found in the house.
He's out now, is he?
It was left by the murderer. We've checked, and with the occupants of the house, the cleaner...
I forgot his name. What was it? Reginald Wilson?
Before Dr. Burkett was killed.
Okay, in itself not, of course, very useful, but if you can link it together with other things. Remember, this killing is a very brutal and very weird one, and the killer might strike again. Please help if you can. 081 811
2026. He's still in, it looks like. It says to be released, though.
Or if you want to ring the Middlesbrough
will be released.
Room, try 0642 300 200.
This is
0642, the code for Middlesbrough.
29th of January.
200.
Well, we'll be back at 11:15 after question time, and there'll be more news on what's developed by tomorrow on Daytime Live shortly after
Despite
midday.
the judge's original declaration, authorities have now decided to release Wilson on licence.
But the lines here will be staying open until midnight, so if you know anything about tonight's
So yeah, he
cases,
might be out now. He might have literally just come out.
Dialing code now 081 811 8055.
How could you forget it? We've compiled a handful of extraordinary and very ugly crimes tonight. Do please bear in mind just how extraordinary, how unusual offences like these are. On the whole, our society really is a caring and supportive one, and witness the huge volume of helpful calls that have been coming in tonight. So don't have nightmares, do please.
Do sleep well.
Good night.
Good night. 81 811 8055. And for viewers who are hard...
Tonight of a murderer. Community policing, how a member of the public almost stopped armed robbers in their tracks as a gang fled empty-handed from a bank raid. We've another burglary and burnt-out cars in the quiet.
The child has been sexually assaulted by the same man. We appealed on the case on one. Our first appeal is the murder of a child.
It does look, it's MIs, isn't it?
In which at least one other child has been
dark
sexually
and
assaulted
starey.
by the same man. We appealed on the
My eyes
case
are
on
blue, by the
incident
way. I know
desk
they look
back in
dark on
March,
camera, but
detective...
I've got you, mate.
They are blue.
Right, I'll open the door.
And we were proud to have him.
The air now, we've received more than 70,000 calls from viewers, which have led to 251 arrests for serious crimes. Tonight, once again, we're asking for your help with investigations all around the country. The detectives involved in those cases are manning the phones. Here's the number, remember the new code, 081 811 8055. And for viewers who are hard of hearing, this is the number to dial on the Minicom Supertel system.
They keep saying remember the new code. I swear it was always 081. What was it before? 01? It might have just been 01, not 081.
Tonight, London's midnight it's Crimewatch.
At least one other child has been sexually assaulted by the same man. We appealed on the case on incident desk back in March, but detectives are no danger of a
night of last month's Crimewatch.
Our first appeal is the murder of a child.
This is a lad we were talking about before, wasn't it? When I said I swear they do a reconstruction on this at some point, and you clarified that they do. Fucking government release people like him on the public. I suspect that people like him are released on the public by design. I don't know about that. To be fair, that's probably one of the longest served sentences for a single murderer, right? In our justice system, 34 years. Often murderers will get like 15 to 20. I mean, let's just wait and see. I mean, it's always going to be a bit of a gamble, right?
And it's a case in which at least
but
one
there's always an
other child has been
element of a gamble
by the same man. We appealed on the case on incident desk back in March, but detectives are no further forward, and they need all the help they can get to prevent another child falling victim to the same attacker. During the film you're about to see, please bear in mind that because of the rules which exist to protect performers under the age of 16, the actors taking the roles of the two children are and look older than the roles they're playing. Our reconstruction begins in Brixton in South London.
That must have been quite new because they used really young children before. Or maybe it's because they're going to show some actual violence in this one.
Wayne Taylor lived with his mother a couple of miles from here in Kennington. But his father lived in Brixton, and Wayne often came here to see him and spend time with friends.
Come anyway, come.
Wayne looked much older than his 11 years and liked to seem cool and streetwise. He would sometimes stay out quite late at night.
I'll go just make a call. Yeah, I'll go ring this girl.
He usually rang home to let the family know where he was.
Yeah, it's me. No, I'm staying at Dad's tonight. He said it's, he said it's all right.
Start, hurry up.
Yeah. Because he's waiting. I'll call you later on. All right.
Hey, what you doing, man?
She can't make it.
Start. You're phoning your mum, innit?
Don't be silly.
No, don't
like
so you're phoning her.
Nah, if I ring my mum,
She's young, you know what I mean? I'm giving my blood. Don't worry, what she say? You're allowed to stay up.
Nah, don't be silly.
She can't make it. Lad had game.
By contrast, Wayne spent his weekdays
big old
in
Wayne,
Buckinghamshire at a special weekly boarding school for children with difficulties. There he'd really begun to thrive.
Wayne was very friendly and trusting. He had a very acute sense of humour. He liked to be in the centre of all the activities and really enjoyed the social side of school life.
Fucking rounders.
He was the largest boy in school. He protected the younger children and he was the most popular child. Wayne was doing extremely well. Before he arrived here, he'd had a problem where his classroom attitudes and attainments had deteriorated, but he made very good use of the placement here, and we were proud to have him. He was a leading light at this school.
The day Wayne died was the first day of the half-term holiday, Monday the 19th of February.
That's SWAT, I think. Was it called SWAT or was it called Cyber SWAT, maybe? Maybe they'll show the cabinet.
He was back in London, and at lunchtime he met up with his best friend in Kennington.
I might sleep at my desk tonight, yeah? Tomorrow.
Yeah. He set off to look for his father in Brixton, but his father wasn't in. At around 4 o'clock that afternoon, someone who looked like Wayne was seen near Southwick House, a council estate in Brixton. Someone else says they saw him on the first floor landing at the estate at around that time. Could he have been meeting someone there? It is known for certain that around 4 o'clock he was in nearby Atlantic Road. He called into a grocer's shop where he knew his father often went.
You see my dad?
No, I haven't seen him for the evening.
Are you sure you ain't seen him?
No, he ain't been in here yet for the evening.
All right. Can you tell him I'm around? I'm looking for it.
Okay, all right.
Wayne went back to that shop twice more between 6 and 7 o'clock that evening, but his father still wasn't there. It was around 7 o'clock that Wayne was last seen, still in Atlantic Road. Later that night, Wayne's mother reported him missing to the police. Two days later, back at Southwick House, two police officers on a routine patrol of the estate looked into a disused community centre.
Stay in here. Dick. What's up?
Come on, mate. Wake up. You can't stay there.
He's dead, mate. Better get on to the Delta 1.
Wayne had been sexually assaulted and suffocated.
Delta 1 receiving 308.
In the 4 months since then, the Murder Squad incident room in South London has been following up all possible clues, including those provided by Crimewatch viewers. They've talked to more than 1,000 people and taken 250 statements, but the results had been frustrating. With one exception. They turned up a vital new lead when they looked into an attack on a 9-year-old boy in Brixton 8 months before. 20th of June 1989. An after-school game of football near Southwick House, where Wayne Taylor was later found murdered. One 9-year-old boy played on well into the evening. It wasn't until just before midnight that he started walking home along Brixton Hill.
It was so quick, I tried to scream, but his arm got tighter around my neck. He was pushing me, forcing me, to the back of the alley. He was very strong. He pushed me between the cars. I started screaming, then he grabbed me by the neck again. I fell down. He said his name was Derek.
Hello? Who's down there? Hello, what's going on down there?
Daddy!
Oh my God! Are you all right? What's happened? What's happened?
Daddy!
Oh, hang on, I'll come down.
I'll go take a look down, all right?
Don't worry. You're all right now. Oh my God! Are you hurt? Did you see him? Are you all right? Where does it hurt?
There's
Tell me.
nobody down there.
Did you see him?
No.
All right. Listen, can you stand? Gently does it. We'll take him upstairs and I'll call an ambulance. Come on, gently does it. That's it. We've got you. Oh,
I've got you,
okay,
mate. I've got you.
Right, I'll open the door.
That 9-year-old boy had been seriously sexually assaulted. The results of genetic tests on samples of semen from that attack have now provided vital new evidence in the investigation into the murder of Wayne Taylor.
We took these samples from the clothing of the boy from Brixton Hill and compared them to the samples found on the body of Wayne Taylor. This line here shows the samples taken from the body of Wayne Taylor, and this one here, the boy attacked on Brixton Hill. If we lay the samples side by side, we can see that the two bands are in exactly the same position. This test and some more detailed tests we did showed us that one man was definitely responsible for both attacks, and the chances of that not being the situation is 1 in 100 million.
For quite some time after the death of Wayne Taylor, the children here were horrified and devastated by his loss. Particularly those from the South London area felt that they were in danger of being snatched off the street and assaulted and attacked. They've needed a lot of reassurance.
This is Wayne's dormitory, and this is Wayne's bed over here. It's not been slept in since he's been gone. This is Wayne's teddy. He used to give it to boys who were that sad and upset and wanted a bit of comfort, and they used to just cuddle that.
Well, remember, Wayne was actually much younger than our actor. We're talking here about 2 children aged 9 and 11. Bill Labors is in charge of this investigation. Wayne was a popular lad. He had a lot of friends. He was
Cool,
very
yeah,
trusting.
God bless
Would he be
DNA
the sort
science,
of boy
man.
to go off with
Well, I'm an
somebody he didn't
atheist, but
know?
No, he wasn't that
I
sort
won't.
of boy. But he was looking
I'll
for
thank
his
science
dad,
for the
and
science.
If somebody
But
approached him and said they knew where his dad was, it's possible he might have gone after them.
So what happened after 7 o'clock that night is crucial.
they found this cunt, didn't they? They got this bastard, I think. Did they get him? For years, the case felt it might go cold. However, the name Michael Wyatt eventually became synonymous with this tragedy. Wyatt was a known predator, and as the 1990s progressed, the legal system finally caught up with the reality of his actions. It was not a quick process. In fact, it took until 1998 for a conviction to finally land. The Old Bailey heard the harrowing details of how Wayne had been targeted. Wyatt was eventually found guilty of the murder, bringing a semblance of closure to a case that remained an open wound for the Brixton community for nearly a decade. What's his name? Michael Wyatt. The boy the media forgot. I wonder why. The case was solved, the killer was convicted, but Wayne's name never became one the country seemed to hold on to. Marie, thank God for atheism. Yeah, they found him. He was Jamaican. I think he confessed to his cellmate. There's very little here, apparently, that I can find about how they actually convicted him. That's it, yeah? And different things. That's what he got. Young black boy from a poor area in London. I don't want to be that guy, but juxtapose that with Maddie McCann. Let's not go there.
Yeah, that's
we all
crucial.
know.
We know the boy was
score.
last seen at 7. A good witness saw him at 7. By 11, he's dead. It's important that we see anybody who saw Wayne after 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
You found a receipt for a trapper hat beside
It would, Marie, you're
Wayne's
right.
body.
Yes, this is the receipt from the Combined Services Supply and in Atlantic Road. It relates to one of these hats, a trapper hat. We know Wayne Taylor had a trapper hat that was stolen by 2 boys sometime previously, and it's possible that someone purchased him a hat to befriend him.
So that could be a vital clue.
Yes.
Exactly.
What appeals are there now as a result of the link you'd made with the attack on the little boy a year ago?
Well, the boy a year ago was once in his early 20s. He did say his name was Derek during the attack. He was wearing a T-shirt.
Did we even
with
get a
wood
photo
on
of
it.
him?
You're obviously very worried about this case.
Yes, I am. These attacks both took place within the space of 8 months. This man's got to be caught. I have the evidence. I need his identity.
Right. There is, remember, a concern for the safety of other children here. Please do ring. There are BBC researchers manning the phones if you prefer not to speak to a
Listen,
police
Tim.
officer. And the number to ring here is 081 811 8055. The direct line to the Lambeth incident
Nothing,
room
there's never even been
071
follow-up stuff.
230
Just some YouTube videos on it, but...
5815. That's 071 230 5815.
Now news of a child murder inquiry from a previous programme. On April's incident desk, we appealed for information on the murder of...
A lot of this is going to be the... Fuck me, isn't it?
2 days
Woody?
later,
Oh, here we are.
on the Southwick estate, he'd been brutally raped and someone had suffered. Those were the clothes he still had on when he was found. Although no mainstream newspaper covered the murder, it was mentioned on a local TV news station and a local radio station. Upon hearing of the murder, neighbours and a close friend of Wayne's mother, Caroline, went round to the house to comfort her. But Caroline hadn't been informed by the police that her son had been found and the horrific details of his murder. They had gone to the local reporters first.
So the police... Oh my God. The police hadn't even fucking notified the mother before they notified the press. Are they taking the piss? I mean, no wonder. I mean, I know it's changed a lot, and I know it's not perfect yet. But no wonder black communities in London and other parts of this country still don't trust the police to this day. Like, I mean, fuck me.
Caroline was said to be absolutely devastated about the death of her son, and that the police hadn't bothered to inform her first before they told the media. The police's response was that unfortunate circumstances had led to his mother not being informed first. The only other media to report on the murder of Wayne Taylor was UK Crime Stoppers show Crimewatch, who ran a segment on Wayne's murder 4 months after his murder. The result, a similar attack on a 9-year-old boy in Britain. That evening, as the 9-year-old boy made his way home, the man choked him out in a chokehold and he passed out. From the body of Wayne Taylor. The man was described as being between 25 and 27, especially after dark, with Police Chief Bill Haver warning that we are dealing with a very dangerous man. With the case slowing down and no suspects, the only other lead police had was a receipt found near Wayne's body for a trapper hat that had been brought in a shop on the Atlantic Road in Brixton, the last road that Wayne had been seen alive on. The hat had been brought on the day
People
Wayne
had the gall to criticise Doreen Lawrence. Yeah, I mean, fuck me. The Stephen Lawrence case, I presume, gets on Crimewatch at some point. Maybe not the crime itself. I think they did, actually. I think Crimewatch did cover it. But I know they did a lot of follow-ups to it. Quite a few follow-ups.
Gone missing. Understandably, children around Brixton and those that went to Wayne's school were frightened. Wayne was someone Wayne had known, who had used the fact that Wayne had been walking up and down Atlantic Road looking for his dad as an opportunity to say that they knew where his dad was, so follow them and they would lead Wayne to him. Police also theorised that Wayne had previously owned a trapper hat, but it had been stolen by 2 boys. So police wondered if the perpetrator had known this and offered to buy Wayne a trapper hat in order to befriend him, to lure him with them, and so it might explain the receipt for a trapper hat that was found near his body. Allegedly, a man who had been locked up in Brixton prison for a minor crime bragged to his cellmate about how he had raped and murdered a boy a few months earlier. The cellmate went to the police with the information that he had been told, and with the case cold and no other leads to go on, police arrested the man and took a DNA sample. The police also found a palm print at the scene of the crime and on a toilet door in the squat where Wayne's body was found, and so took the man's fingerprints. Both the DNA and the palm print was an exact match. The police had found their killer, 33-year-old, jobless and homeless, Michael Wyatt. Michael Wyatt was originally from Jamaica and a repeat offender. He was charged with the murder of 11-year-old Wayne and appeared in court on the 10th of October 1990, where he was remanded into custody to await his trial. During Michael Wyatt's trial, it was revealed that he had killed a man back in Jamaica over an argument over cooking oil, and for this crime, Michael Wyatt was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 18 months in prison. After his release, he moved to England.
18 months? Fuck me, I heard that wrong. I was thinking 18 years.
On the 10th of August 1991,
committed that?
18 months after the murder of 11-year-old Wayne Taylor, 32-year-old Michael Wyatt was found guilty of murder and also guilty of the attempted murder of the 9-year-old boy. 33 years after Wayne Taylor's murder, I could find no information of what happened to paedophile rapist Michael Wyatt
in
or
the
how
crime,
long
like
he
4,
was
5,
sentenced
6.
for.
There's just no
It is
info
unknown
anywhere.
whether he is still in prison today or if he has been released.
Can't get his
And if
sentence.
he has
Hey,
been
Anthony.
released, when he was released.
If you want to do a freedom of information, mate, that might be a fucking good one.
And does he still live amongst us in the UK, or was he deported back to his country of birth, Jamaica?
Wayne was my close friend at school. I'm 42 years old now, and not a day goes by I don't think of him. Still heartbroken. I'll never forget you, King. Rest in peace, my brother. I'll never forget you, big brother. Damn, that's making me cry. Fucking idiot. I mean, I don't even know if that's true or not, but Wayne's mum was our next door neighbour in Groom House, Kennington. He was such a lovely little boy. His mum was never the same. Heartbreaking. It was put on the back burner because of racism, black immigrant. Obviously, we know this. I didn't have to even read that. Can't find anything on Wayne besides your video. Same, just Lindsay. Do you remember I said there's a common themes in Crimewatch murders? You'll see the common thread in the 90s murders of black victims that the police just abandoned their families. I mean, you've seen it through the 80s as well. Let me just put my jumper back on because I'm getting cold again. And you still see it today, like we were talking about the other day with the same with women as well, especially with rape cases and stuff. There are certain cases that sort of redefine things, right? And Stephen Lawrence was a big one. And then Sarah Everard a few years ago was another big one. But I imagine these institutions are so fucking intrinsically biased, seems too nice a word. Too intrinsically discriminatory, that it's going to take a lot longer until we get fairness for everybody. Whether that's black people, Asian people, women, gay people. Yeah, anyway. Remember the name handed to Turville? We aren't there yet, yeah. I need to use the bathroom. Be right back. There's Epiphany.
10-year-old Christine Lee from the Castlemilk area of Glasgow.
The Met Police
Following
are
extensive
disgusting.
police inquiries, a 19-year-old man appeared at Glasgow Sheriff Court on May the 29th, charged with murder. He was remanded in custody.
Also in April, we appealed for your help on the disappearance of 16-year-old Michael Bolton. He was last seen in May 1989, out jogging a few miles from his home in the Derbyshire Peak district. Police feared he'd been murdered. Well, 10 days ago, a potholer came across Michael's body 200 feet inside a cave near Stony Middleton, which was very close to where Michael was last seen. The inquest is yet to be held, but it now seems likely that Michael's death was accidental.
Last month's reconstructions had a huge response, though with little to report
SMP.
yet. There may be a
I always forget the new new bloody names, man.
That comes from evidence unrelated to our reconstruction. And on the attack at Palmer's Green,
Too old.
detectives are now concentrating on two
Can't remember things as much. I've come every day.
We can report 2 arrests as a result of protocol last month. One of the faces we showed was a man wanted in connection with a series of frauds and deceptions.
I'm doing it with everyone now since YouTube have fucking changed them names over. It's so difficult for me.
Bridport in Dorset. As a result of that,
Because everybody's has
the man
changed.
is now in custody awaiting trial on a number of charges, including the theft of a substantial sum of money. The second arrest was of a man who saw his own photo on television as he sat watching Crimewatch with his girlfriend. The girlfriend called the police and gave an address, but they missed him there by a matter of minutes. The man fled first to Wales
Hope you're well,
and then
man.
on to Aberdeen, where he called
I
on
started
an
bumping
aunt.
myself on things.
She'd also seen the programme and she refused to let him in, but she did take a note of his car registration number. He was on his way to visit another aunt in Aberdeen when police surrounded his car and arrested him. He's now in custody, charged with absconding from prison, theft and criminal deception.
Tonight, Northumbria police want your help to trace 2 men in connection with the murder of a man in Ryhope, Sunderland. Terence David Williamson is 20, he's 5'8" tall. He's also incidentally known as Terence Wood or Wilmo. Kazir Samir Rashdi has the nicknames of Kassa and Kaz. He's 21 and he's 5'10" tall. Both men are from London's East End, but they could be anywhere in the country. Police in Sunderland have taken the unusual step of warning viewers not to approach these men because they could be armed. Just call us here if you know where they are on 081 811 8055 or call Northumbria Police on 091 567 6155. That's 091 567 6155.
Well, now to this month's photo call, and here with the faces you might know are Detective Constable Jackie Hames and Superintendent David Hatcher.
First, an unusual case for Crimewatch. Ira Einhorn was Philadelphia's most famous hippie in the 60s. Even into the late 70s, he kept his bohemian appearance. He was known as the Unicorn and was seen as a guru of that free-thinking, peace-loving ideology. A respected figure, he was called on for his opinion in many fields, here by TV Ontario.
It's dawn in an American home, and the alarm clock goes off. People jump out of bed, rigidly, like soldiers being called to revelry. Somebody marches into the kitchen and begins to make breakfast.
Holly Maddox was Einhorn's long-standing girlfriend.
Fuck me, that looks like, who's that? Looks like someone famous. British celebrity. Yeah, I've heard about this guy. I remember him. I remember this guy. Who's that, though? Fuck me. I know it's not, but who does that really look like? Like, to a T. Who am I thinking of?
In March 1979, police found her decomposed body in his apartment. Following that discovery, Ira Einhorn left the States, and Philadelphia police now think he may be in this country. We know that in 1985 he was living in Dublin under the name of Ben Moore, and since then has been seen in Stockholm and London. Police in the States have made up this composite of how he may look now.
I've got it!
Now following
Colette Rooney! It's fucking Colette Rooney! Profile pic. No, as in a profile. Side view. I mean, that might be as good as I'm going to get. Fucking just like her. I need a side view, proper side view. Too much makeup. I beat you too. Oh yeah, Colleen Rooney, not Colette. You got it. Yeah, you got it. Oh, wait, 30-second delay on YouTube, mate. Fucking just like her, innit? God damn. Exactly. Somebody better have that in the comment. Well, they're not gonna, because they're not smart like us. Holy shit. Colleen, not Colette. That is a absolute. That's the biggest doppelganger yet. That is exact. If that was in the paper a few years ago, Colleen Rooney going to the shops, I'd be like, yeah, okay, it's Colleen Rooney going to the shops. Ira Einhorn. Has he got his own wiki? Damn right he has. The Unicorn Killer. Environmental activist and murderer. His moniker, the Unicorn, was derived from his surname. Einhorn means unicorn. The nose and mouth, everything. The spatial differences. Took the stand in his own defence. He's a moron as well then. One of them who thinks he's smarter than fucking everyone else. Claimed his ex-girlfriend was killed by CIA agents who had framed him for the crime because he knew too much about the agency's paranormal military research. Died in prison April 2020. Claimed Maddox was murdered by CIA agents who attempted to frame him due to his investigations into Cold War and psychotronics. Took the jury 2 hours. Wait, did he die of COVID? Natural causes.
Following that discovery,
Colleen
Ira
Rooney.
Einhorn left the States, and Philadelphia police now think he may be in this country. We know that in 1985 he was living in Dublin under the name of Ben Moore, and since then has been seen in Stockholm and London. Police in the States have made up this composite of how he may look now. He's 50 this year. If you think you've seen him anywhere at all, please ring us now.
In our next case, officers in...
I watched a good one the other day, man. It wasn't on Crimewatch. American murderer moves to Ireland under false identity. What's his fucking name? Put this in Google, not YouTube. Wheelchair, tattoos. This madhead, Nicholas Rossi. You ever seen this guy? Who came over to the UK and fucking... Oh, rapist, not murderer. I think he's a murderer as well, I'm not sure.
We were once
pretended he was somebody else.
But thanks to the media, our lives have been interrupted. And we'd like privacy, and I would like to go back to being a normal husband. But I can't, because I can't breathe, I can't walk. People say that's an act. Let me try to stand up. Let me try to stand up. Exactly, exactly.
That reminded me of, I think I wrote it on this video, Matt Lucas, mate.
Hi guys, so as a starting point, if any of you have time to subscribe to my second
Oh,
channel.
where did I saw this? Did I see it on that chat? I saw it on that chapter, I
There'll be a
think.
link in the description. Secondly, this is a case of...
And also, folks, kind of trigger warning, this story
Where's my
involves...
fucking comment?
Well, he's a serial predator, so this story is as wild...
Let me try to stand.
This Rosie's, aka Arthur Knight's ass.
I can't breathe. I can't walk. People say that's an act.
It's like Matt Lucas playing a character.
To stand up. Exactly. Exactly.
And what a character he is.
According to Wikipedia, it took years for him to be extradited from France to the USA. Why is it that weird bastards like him managed to get all the cute girls? Life's not fair. What a narcissistic prick. I don't know, man. It's the same the other way around. People in general are fascinated by evil people. I know Jodi Arias gets a ton of fans, I'd say. Jodi Arias, like loads of people send her fucking fan mail, love letters, things like that. I don't know what it is. Something to do with the human psyche.
Brentwood, Essex, would like to speak to Stephen Davis.
Charisma is a powerful
drug. He may
drug.
have helpful information about an attack they're investigating on a woman in Whalley on the 3rd of April. It happened at about 1:30 p.m. in Dark Lane, Whalley, near the headquarters of the Ford Motor Company. A 29-year-old woman was jogging along the country lane when she was forced to the ground and subjected to a vicious sexual assault. Stephen Davis is 29, 6 foot tall, stocky and has 2 tattoos, the name Bev on his left wrist and a heart on his right arm. We believe he may be travelling with a girlfriend, perhaps sleeping rough in the Essex area. Call us if you know where he is.
And you know where this man, Leonard Matthews, is now. He travels extensively and could be anywhere in the country. Norfolk police think he may be able to help their inquiry into sex offences involving a 14-year-old boy, which took place in Great Yarmouth last year. We know that Leonard Matthews often goes to amusement arcades. He probably travels around in a white Skoda, number D88LAH. He was in Romford, Essex in April and last month went to Eastbourne on the Sussex coast. Could you have seen him at a seaside resort recently? He's 69, 5 foot 8 inches tall with balding grey hair.
69,
and
dude.
Wears glasses. If you do know where he is, then call us.
Colleagues at Welwyn Garden City in Hertfordshire are coordinating the search for Stephen Lane. They want to speak to him about a series of deceptions that have taken place throughout the south of England. Stolen driving licences have been used as identification to hire at least 25 cars.
You missed
These
Luna
have then
snoring
been sold
earlier.
on to dealers in the
She
home
was loud, that
counties.
loud you could hear her on the
You might
microphone.
know Stephen Lane by several other names: Stephen Peters, Stephen Tomlinson.
8055. They're fairly common. The truth is that partly because of high standards of security, they're most
How did
unusual
date night
and
go,
often
DNL?
fail. In this case, several members of the public became involved, and one nearly stopped the getaway. Our reconstruction begins in St Helens, near Liverpool. Wednesday, the 21st of February. On Merseyside that evening, Everton were due to play Oldham at Goodison Park. Half a mile away, arriving for the match, the owner of a dark green Golf GTI parked his car in Utting
What
Avenue.
a fucking car, man, the Golf GTI. What a car.
The match was a 2-all draw, but the driver lost a lot that night. When he went back to Utting Avenue, his GTI had gone.
The boy racer favourite.
St Helens, about 12 miles away. It's 9 days later on Friday the 2nd of March. This is the Midland Bank on Westfield Street in the town centre. That Friday started as a normal working day for 3 people who were about to become involved in a most unusual sequence of events.
Roman, it was superb. I had the
Around
mash bangers,
10:30,
and she
Group
had
4
the
security
sheep
were
herder's
approaching
pie.
Westfield Street,
Shepherd's
taking
pie.
a delivery of money to the side entrance of the Midland Bank.
Go on, get down there. Go on. Get the money back. Get the money back.
Fucked it, lads.
I was working a few hundred yards away from the bank, delivering bricks to one of the sites.
There was a third man waiting in the stolen GTI.
I saw two masked men jump into a Golf GTI, drive towards me. I tried to block them off with my JCB. I jammed them up against a parked car. They scrambled out of the passenger side window. Two of them ran off together. The gunman ran past me and mouthed, "I'll have you."
He's left his mates. He's even gone pick him up, the cunt.
He drove the blue Cortina.
The foam bricks. I missed that.
I blocked them off with my JCB.
I don't know, man. They look real.
JCB.
I think they're real.
I jammed them up against them.
Time to cook and watch again. Always trips me up that that's the passengers that, yeah. Got right-hand drive over here.
He drove the blue Cortina the wrong way down Westfield Street, while the other two made off
Wrong way
on foot.
down a one-way street.
They ran down Water Road. Maybe you were in the area.
Just after I'd crossed over the road and was walking along past Beecham's, I noticed two men acting very suspiciously in that they were running extremely fast, looking as if they were running away from something. They crossed over the road so that they were on the same side of the road as St Helens College. I did notice that there was a man in either a Range Rover or a Land Rover parked outside Beecham's. I'm certain that this man noticed the same men that I did.
The Cortina was next seen in Duncan Close, which is a dead-end road.
Wrong way down a dead-end street.
Towards the garage, I looked up and saw this blue Cortina shoot past the entrance to the garage.
Maybe. Probably cheaper just get some bricks though.
And did a wheel screech. As I walked out, saw the car driving off, looking, you know, as if he was lost, and went off in a hurry, you know.
The car was later found abandoned in nearby Crispin Street. Jim Byrne, you've got some great witnesses and some very good descriptions too. Let's start with the gunman, the chap with the shotgun.
Yes, it's a nasty piece of work. His age is about 25 to 30. He's medium to stocky build with dark straight hair.
Okay, and although it wasn't apparent from the film
Glum fucker.
one of the other guys had an axe with him.
That's quite correct. Yes, this.
Oh God, they're taking the piss. They're taking the piss. It's 1990, guys. Come on, up your fucking game. Jesus Christ. You know what? Let me just quickly, let's pick a random 91. I need to see a video fit from next year, because what the fuck are we playing at here? Hang on, there's one there. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. These were the proper. This one, it gets proper. Mind you, there, look. We go back. Well, you know what? Even that's better than this fucking. This kid's drawing. Are there any more fucking nuts ones? These are the ones we remember. So we're not far away from it. We're nearly there. This
about 5'8"
video
inches tall.
fits.
He's got mousy brown hair, collar length with a centre parting. He's wearing. Was running down the.
Saying that, Luke, what the fuck? Well, we're still. We're still not there yet. We've got a few more years to go.
You'll flip over Guess Who, a great family game. Pick a card, then use all your powers of deduction to guess who. Does the mystery person have blue eyes? Wear glasses, a hat? Is it Tom, Robert, Anne, or Bill?
No, it's Claire!
You'll flip over Guess Who from NB Game.
All fucking white. Never noticed that one as a kid. 2, 4, 6, 8. 24. Sid Vicious and Charlie Chaplin. Nailed it, DNL. Fucking hell. Alright, back to where we were. Where were we? Fuck. 90. Here we are, June 90.
Great witnesses and some very good descriptions too. Let's start with the gunman, the chap with the shotgun.
We'll get there, we'll get there.
It's a nasty piece of work. His age is about 25 to 30. He's medium to stocky build with dark straight hair.
Okay, and although it wasn't apparent from the film we've just seen, one of the other guys had an axe with him.
That's quite correct, yes. This lad's more distinctive. He's about 23 to 28 years of age. He's very stocky build with broad shoulders. He was
That's Wayne Rooney. We've had Colleen and Wayne on the same show. Anthony, we've had the couple. We've had them both on the same episode. Colleen and Wayne.
Akin to the axes used by the fire brigade.
Okay. Fuck it, I'm commenting now. I've got to, mate. 1616 and 2413. 1616. Colleen Rooney. 2314. Wayne Rooney. 2413, not 2314.
In March 1979, police found
coloured
and
with a
Wayne.
black handle. Akin to the
the blue jacket one reminds me of that guy from the crazy cartoon, the one what's in prison, Dobby.
Because he has
I don't know what that is.
Freckles across his nose and under both his eyes.
Okay, and the third guy, the guy who was sitting in the GTI to drive him off?
The third man's about 30 years of age. He's medium to stocky build with dark straight hair.
Now, obviously, you want to find that Range Rover or Land Rover driver in Water Street, who
obviously you want to find a better
eliminate a vehicle, I think, from your inquiries.
That's quite correct.
Thingy artist, sketch artist.
About 500 yards away from the scene where the Cortina was abandoned, a yellow Vauxhall Chevette was seen. The driver and occupants obviously lost, driving up Borough Road away from St Helens Town Centre, and I'd asked the occupants of this vehicle to come forward.
Okay. Now, taken from
what's
the
SMP
GTI,
cooking? I'm curious. I'm not sure.
And
SMP, what you
removed by
cooking?
The robbers was this jacket, which has got
You showed us, I think, a
real
British
fire
cartoon.
heating on it, or a jacket
In prison? A prison cartoon? I don't remember any cartoons of anyone in prison. Do you know? Can you remember anything else about it?
identical to
Dobby.
this, which is probably British coal. I mean,
that's quite correct.
distinctive.
These jackets are issued to the coal industry.
Borscht. He's eating borscht.
They're quite distinctive.
Which is what? Red cabbage.
Seen with these sunglasses, Samco sunglasses by Mazzucchelli, I think they're called. They're reasonably expensive.
Beats.
That
Red
they
cabbage.
took out of the car. That they left in the car.
This was obviously a training top. It's quite a distinctive training top, and we feel that it belongs to one of the offenders.
You don't think
British
they're local
cartoon.
men, but even though they bungle
Prison.
this, you do
Dobby.
think they're dangerous men.
Yeah, much about it. These men came prepared for confrontation. They showed total disregard for members of the public.
I don't know what
At
that is,
time,
Dino,
there was
sorry,
a large
mate.
number of elderly persons, women and children in St Helens Town Centre. I feel that by now, the passage of time, these men will have openly discussed this, not only amongst themselves, but certainly amongst their associates. And I'm asking any person with information to contact us here. These men are dangerous.
Okay, here's the number 081 811 8055. Or call direct to the incident room at St Helens on 051 777 4090. That's 051
Oh, on Monkey Dust.
4090.
Right. Yes. Fucking love Monkey Dust. Ivan Dobsky. I only said it does it. I only said it did it because they electrocuted me nuts.
Heaving lines, Mr. Drummond. That is a reference, Ivan, to the perspiration occasion.
Fucking love Monkey Dust, man.
No, what happened? Who done
Ivan Dobsky.
Who would do such a thing? Oh, Mr. Hoppy, I'm so sad. If only you could
Dun 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 dun.
Mr. Hoppy,
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
ready for the out.
Yeah, when you said cartoon, I was thinking kids stuff. Obviously, it's very much an adult show. This.
Well, now to incident desk, and here are Detective Constable Jackie Hames and Superintendent David
I don't know. It's probably from something else.
Dun, 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 robbery on a security express van outside Barclays Bank in Hatfield.
You know that show, SMP? Fucking banger of a show, man.
One of the two men was armed with a handgun, and both security guards had ammonia squirted in their faces. The robbery actually took place in the bank's car park at the back of the building, and 3 cars were seen leaving whilst it was going on. The drivers of this light-coloured Orion, this Escort or Nissan, and the Reliant Robin may not have realised what they were witnessing, but we would really like them to get in contact. They might just remember one vital thing that could solve the case. The 4 robbers escaped in a black Golf GTI, which was prefixed with a G and suffixed with BH. A middle-aged couple in a brown saloon
Fast as
car
fuck,
gave
nippy
chase
as
out of
fuck.
the car park, but they've still not reported the incident to the police. If that was you, please ring us.
Sturdy,
even
small.
if you don't think you can tell us very much. It's thought the robbers made their escape along the A1000
Good crime car.
towards Potter's Bar.
Good boy racer car.
The first man let it confused. If you please get in touch.
Identify a man who attacked a young mother in Denham in April. At 10 a.m. on Friday the 6th of April, she and her 2 young children were walking along the Pikle, a footpath running between Denham Village and the railway station. As they headed for the station,
Phelps is gone, mate.
The family, and as he passed, he...
Jackie Hames, you missed it. Jackie Hames has recently... He's been on his own for a while. Because Phelpsy quit the force. She comes on now and again, does a little feature reconstruction. But since last month, well, the month before last, so I think it was March. Yeah, it was March 99, my 12th birthday. Jackie Hames joined us. And now we've got Jackie Hames, who becomes a stalwart now until she's on the show for about the next 15 years. 20 years or something.
He grabbed the woman and threw her to the ground. She struggled and held on to her children, but was unable to prevent him indecently assaulting her. The man ran off towards the station, but may have gone over this stile into the woods. He was about 5'8" in his...
So I wish I didn't laugh at these cases, to be honest. Man's a rapist, you know what I mean? Alright, sorry.
Late 20s and had 2 very distinctive front teeth. They protruded and overlapped. His face was flabby and tanned. If you can help, don't hesitate, call us straight away.
In our next case, a robber has left a trail of clues scattered across the centre of Harrogate in North Yorkshire. At 9:30 a.m. on Friday the 16th of March, this nervous-looking robber went into a building society in Station Parade in Harrogate, threatened staff with a pistol and demanded money. He got the money but soon lost his disguise. He changed his looks on his getaway route. He got the money but soon lost his disguise. Went into a... At
What's he doing
9:30 a.m.
here?
on Friday the 16th of March. March, this nervous-looking robber went into a building society.
What's he doing there?
9:30 a.m. on Friday the 16th of March. This nervous-looking robber went into a building society. At 9:30 a.m. on Friday the 16th of March, this nervous-looking robber went in. At 9:30 a.m. on Friday...
That's not a fucking gun, is it? What's he doing here? Pushing it into the counter or something? I've got no fucking idea what he's doing there.
At 9:30 a.m. on Friday the 16th of March, this nervous-looking robber went into a building society in...
I demand reparations. She can stole all the walls she wants. Give me back the silken-voiced Ginger by Rupert. No, Jackie Hames is
As he went through the
stalwart. She's my favourite. It's an 88 Magnum.
Cap, scarf and sunglasses. Then he made his way across East Parade to the GPO sorting office. He dumped his raincoat, pistol and a kitchen knife on a parked van.
Oh wait, look, is it?
He dumped his raincoat.
Is that one of them guns you have to push to load them? Like, and you pull that back bit out. What the fuck is that? Like a starting pistol or something? Fuck knows.
Pistol and a kitchen knife on a parked van at the side of the building. No one's yet come forward who may have seen the robber shedding his disguise. Do you recognise any of these? Or perhaps you might know the man who wore them. He's described as in his early 30s, about 5'9" tall, slim, with dark brown hair, and has a Yorkshire accent. If you can help on this or any of our other incident desk cases, please call us now.
And here's the number, 081 811 8055. 081 811 8055.
Our last appeal is a kidnap at gunpoint and then 30 miles away, a robbery at the home of an antiques dealer. It was exactly 4 weeks ago. In fact, some of the people involved had just been watching last month's Crimewatch, Thursday the 10th of May. The film you're about to see includes something of what took place inside the antique dealer's home, because during the hour he and his friend were held there, the particular way the two robbers behaved, the conversations they had, their Irish accents, the names they used, could well strike a chord in somebody's mind. Remember, the date is Thursday the 10th of May. This is Cambridgeshire. Tiny villages, open fields and farmland scatter the countryside. Just south of Newmarket is the village of Upend. Michael Smith has lived here for 2 years. He's an antiques dealer. On Thursday, May the 10th, he spent the day at an interior design fair a few miles away in the village of Duxford. At about 6 o'clock, he returned home, planning to stay in that evening with a friend. 50 miles north in Norfolk, a new bypass is being built on the A140, just outside Dickleborough. Martin Taylor is a materials engineer. He'd been working on the bypass, sleeping on site in his Volkswagen Dormobile. It was about 10 o'clock when Martin went to sleep. Back in Upend, Michael and Kevin watched Crimewatch that evening because a Cambridgeshire case was being featured.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm off to bed. Okay. I'm going to have a bath first. Okay. Good night. Good night.
Cows kill more people in the UK. I've told you this. You know this because of me. Somebody asked once what the most dangerous animal in the UK is. I said it's the cow.
Who is it? What do you want? Excuse me. Can you help me? I've got a flat tire.
I say, what time is it?
Open the door.
No, I'm not coming out. Who are you?
Open the bloody door. I've got a gun. Come on, open the door.
Okay. What do you want?
Right. We want your car. Give us your keys. Come on, give us the keys. Right, get out. You're coming with us.
Can I put my trousers on?
Yeah, that's all you need. Right, come on. Do as you're told, you won't get hurt. Lie down there in the back.
Martin remembers they turned right out of the site onto the A140 towards Dickleborough. During the journey, they stopped twice on rough ground. At least one of them seemed to know exactly where he was going. They drove Martin 25 miles away to Thetford Forest.
Rick, this is where you get out.
I'm still scared though of the cow. You don't have to be scared of one cow. It's when there's more than one cow.
Lay face down.
When there's a few cows. They all run at you at the same time. You can't dodge them. They trample you.
Jim said he'd be there at 2. It's 5 past now. This is private property. You shout and holler,
Alright, Dean,
and you'll get shot.
in a bit.
I'm lurking and I'm stalking when you least expect it.
As soon as the men had gone, Martin freed himself. In his bare feet, he walked through the forest for 3.5 miles. It was an hour later, at about 1:30, when he finally came to a phone box from where he called the police.
See? Today, chances are he would have played a survival game at this point. And he would have known that this is more important than this. Take your pyjama top off, or rip your sleeves off your pyjama top, wrap them around your feet. Make some kind of shoe.
It would also have taken about an hour to drive the 30 miles to Michael Smith's house in Upend.
Lie still! Don't get up and you won't get hurt. Roll over on your face. Where do you keep your valuables?
There's a diamond ring in the vase on the dressing table.
The same man then told me to take my wristwatch off, which I tried to do behind my back, but I had difficulty with it because there's a safety catch that needs to be released.
Yes.
I was told to hurry up, and then I was hit with what I think was a clenched fist on the left side of my head. I managed to get the wristwatch off, and then my hands were tied behind my back very tightly. Then we were both pushed out of the bed over to the banister of the spiral staircase.
Where do you keep your smalls?
Well, most of it's at the fair at Duxford. I left it there today.
You liar! Where's your bloody jewellery? We know you got lots of jewellery.
Okay. It's downstairs, in the dining room, in a cardboard box. One of them obviously knew something about the antiques trade because he'd asked me, where do you keep your smalls? Smalls is a term to describe porcelain, china, silver, brasses, anything that can be packed into boxes.
I can't find the bloody jewellery. Where is it?
In a cardboard box between the cabinets in the dining room.
You all right, Mike?
Yes, I'm okay. Shortly afterwards, the one downstairs called up that he'd found it. We could hear him moving about directly underneath us. The other one, he wasn't quite so aggressive. He was making rather a fuss of the dog, stroking it.
Come on now, Georgie. You all right there, mate?
I'm gonna take the car. I'll be about 20 minutes.
You can't leave us like this. We might be here for days.
I'm not a merciless bastard. I'll call the police.
Where are the keys to the BMW?
They're on a bunch in the front door.
How do you turn those floodlights off outside?
Oh, you can't. It doesn't turn off. You can't switch it off.
Well, you better not bloody move, or we'll blow your brains out. Come on.
Are you all right, Mike?
Yeah, I think so. You?
I'm fine.
It was nearly 3 in the morning when the men finally left. As well as Michael's BMW, they took about £50,000 worth of antiques and jewellery. Well, Mr. Craig, the gunmen didn't call the police, in fact, did they?
No, they didn't. In fact, it took the two men about 2.5 hours to get themselves free, and in fact, one of them notified the police just before 5 a.m. If this was a premeditated failure on the intruder's behalf to notify the police, then obviously it shows how callous they were, and obviously shows a lack of concern for the safety of the victims.
What actual information do you have about these two gunmen?
The descriptions are quite vague. Obviously, both wore masks. The main indication we have is the fact that they both had strong Irish accents, and also the fact that they referred to names of Fitzpatrick or Patrick, Georgie or Geordie, and the kidnapped man also heard a reference to a man by the name of Jim.
Right. Now, they actually travelled some distance that night through the country of Norfolk, into Cambridgeshire and then back again. The two men kidnapped Martin Taylor and stole his red Astra from Dick Root of his away. Was stolen from his... It was
One of the quite over 50,000 people
on double.
Already following up a lead
Okay.
on Stephen Davis.
Next.
A lot more calls coming in now.
September.
Shop in North Wales in June.
Oh, it's that one I was talking about. Well, I mentioned it a little while back. Trevelyan Evans. Such a weird case.
Have you seen her? Or has she
Such
been
a weird
murdered,
one.
as police now fear? Can you identify a cyclist who assaulted two children and left them for dead beside a fishing pond in Lancashire? And did you know Lee Parsons from North London, also known as Debbie? Why should somebody want to kill her in what police say has the hallmark of a planned assassination?
And
This
that's
is the
where
one
we
with the
start.
wallpaper.
A case that seemed...
Has the hallmark
In the car park, the wallpaper in the car, I think, and some money. Yo, no robberies tonight. 3 serious cases.
of a planned assassination.
And that's where we start. A case that seems not so much a crime of passion, but a calculated killing. The events took place in North London and in Essex, and you'll see there are several people who have to be eliminated from the inquiry. The victim was Lee Parsons. Lee Parsons was 43 and lived in
Find out what it
Flynn
means to me.
Her pride and joy was her white Golf GTI convertible.
Another Golf GTI.
Lee worked 3 shifts a week as a masseuse at the New Experience sauna in Eversholt Street in Camden Town. She'd worked here for 12 years, though all her colleagues knew her as Debbie. It's Saturday the 23rd of June. Around lunchtime, Lee went out with her boyfriend, Ozzy, whom she'd been seeing for 2 years.
There you go, horoscopes. Here. The new moon is influencing all forms of communication and travel plans.
Lee had lent Ozzy some money to start Leo's restaurant in Harlow, Essex, about half an hour's drive from Free and Barnet. Tonight, Ozzy was expecting a big party, and Lee had promised to help out.
Whoa, what a pong in here. It's so dark. I'm going to put a bit of light in it. I can never get this thing working.
Here are the tablecloths, Lee.
Oh, thanks, babe.
About 10 miles away towards London, near Epping Forest, a woman was driving to the shops.
I slowly went down my lane, and I noticed 2 cars with 2 fellows. And it's usually an area where people might stop to walk dogs or have something to, have their lunch. But I noticed there was nothing of that going on.
Oh, doesn't that look lovely? Right, must get going, darling.
Can't you wait? My brother's coming in half an hour.
No, darling, I've got to get to the garden centre on the way home. Ooh, it's still beautiful out here, huh?
Okay, well, you get back as soon as you can. You've got to do the bath now, right?
I do. Bye, darling.
About an hour and a half later, back at Free and Barnet, a neighbour thought Lee had a visitor.
I saw this black car drive in with a black man driving it. It struck me as being a bit odd because it didn't look like a minicab to me because it was too lovely a car. I saw her car was there, so I thought, well, it's not for Lee. But he stopped in front of her window and gave a nod and then quickly drove out.
Police need to eliminate this driver. The car had a distinctive V-shaped aerial.
Lee, it's me. How's things?
Oh, great! I got some gorgeous flowers from the garden centre. Listen, babes, I'm just getting ready to go out. So what time does this do start?
Around 7:30.
Don't you mean 8 to 8:30?
Just get here as soon as you can.
About the same time, the witness in Epping
Cheers,
Forest
SMP.
returned home from her shopping.
I'm
When
a big
I
fan of
came back
beetroots,
and
to
I
be
turned
honest, but
into my road,
my mum would
I
like
saw
that.
the two men still there, and that made me a little suspicious. And when I went home, I mentioned to my husband that it was odd to see two people standing there for 5 hours.
About an hour later, a neighbour saw Lee drive out. She was away for half an hour, but police don't know where she went.
Bloody yuppies.
God, I knew she'd be late. Where the hell is she? Lee, what are you doing? The party's started. When are you going to leave? People have already arrived. Are you all right? You sound like you've been sleeping.
I'm all right. I've got something to tell you, baby. I can't tell you now. I'll tell you when I get there.
All right, baby. What is it? Good or bad?
At least tell me that.
It's good.
Well, hurry up and come.
This is Bielek making one for the Czechs, fouled by Marchena.
I was watching the World Cup on the television when I hear a yell. I turn the volume down and I hear a loud argument going on next door and a man is shouting at Lee. Became concerned, so I went outside to where my car was and I looked into Lee's kitchen window. I could see the light on, but I couldn't see or hear anything. I came back in and the next thing I heard was the door bang. I went to my kitchen window and I saw Lee getting into her car unaided on the passenger side, while at the same time a man got into the driving position. I caught a glimpse of him and I think he had fairish hair.
Hello, this is Lee here. Please leave your message. I will be in touch. Bye for now.
Next morning, Lee's convertible was seen in Epping Forest,
Oh, no, it's not.
near where
Oh,
the
wait,
two
it's-
suspicious cars had been noticed the previous afternoon.
If that stays there, this isn't the one I
Then,
was
at
thinking of.
lunchtime, a
'Cause the car's
rambler
found in the
appeared
car
inside
park.
the GTI and saw a body.
Okay, yeah, this isn't the same one.
Lee had 3 wounds in her head, perhaps made by bolts fired from a crossbow. Doug Harvey, why are you convinced this was a calculated, a planned killing?
Apart from a general feeling of the whole job, the fact she was lured from her house to a very isolated spot in the forest, and probably more important, the weapon. A powerful crossbow is hardly the sort of weapon you might just happen to have with you.
So you'd really like to hear from anybody who knows any East London or Essex villain who's been toying around with a crossbow apart from anything else?
It's such an unusual weapon that that sort of information might be vital, yes.
Now, also, you need to know anybody who knew Lee, or knew her as Debbie, perhaps. Anyone at all.
Yeah, this is an execution.
I feel like I remember last time I checked up on this one, it was unsolved, but
a motive that would fit such
we
a
never
grave
know.
crime, so I would urge anyone who hasn't yet contacted us to come forward, please.
Yeah, we've got some home video which shows Lee at a party, dressed as a... There she is there. You'll see that she's dressed as a belly dancer here as well. There she is. If you knew her, please give us a call. Now, the next thing we need to know are those, perhaps to eliminate, those 2 guys seen in the 2 cars by the witness in Epping Forest. There might have been nothing to do with this killing, of course.
No, quite right, but I do need to see them or find someone who saw them. The white man with the red car, all I can tell you about him, unfortunately, is that he was wearing black tracksuit trousers with a red stripe down the seam. The driver of the green car, the black man, he's about mid-30s, 6 foot, slim build. He's got a moustache, neatly cut hair, probably gelled back.
Detectives are poised to arrest a man for the crossbow killing of an escort girl nearly 17 years ago.
Okay, this is Saturday the 23rd
after making a DNA breakthrough.
Until about 1:30, maybe.
Officers say technology not available at the time
Okay, fine. Well, if that was you,
has
please
thrown
give
up
us a
significant
call.
new
If you
lines
know
of
who it
inquiry.
was or know anything about this, here's the number. Please note.
Holy fuck. Provided discreet personal services to clients including a judge and TV presenters. Disappeared in June 1999 after leaving her £500,000 home in Friern Barnet. She had been battered and then shot 3 times in the head with a crossbow. Was she blackmailing somebody, maybe? Chelsea informed of VAR mistake. Fuck off. Fuck off, Dermot Gallagher, mate. You're not even a proper fucking ref anymore, pal. So they haven't been informed. The standard, the bullshit. It's an opinion of a twat that doesn't even work for the FA anymore. So yeah, that's a strange one. Provided discreet sexual services to a range of celebrities and VIPs, including a senior judge and television presenter. A blue notebook which was thought to contain the names and phone numbers of prominent celebrities and which officers believed would have provided crucial evidence has never been found.
Notice it's a new one.
What happened with the ref? Well, they were saying that Chelsea scored from the corner anyway. Declan Rice had his arms around someone and jumps up to head the ball but misses and it hits on his arm. Chelsea wanted a penalty for it. The referee gave a corner. And then from that corner they scored anyway. So I don't know what they're fucking moaning about, to be honest. Because with a penalty, we might have saved it, you never know. But he's an ex-referee. He's basically saying it should have been a penalty, which is what a lot of people are saying. And it probably maybe should have. I wouldn't have complained if they'd given it, put it that way.
Evidently not the number in Radio Times. 081 811 8181. And here's a number for deaf viewers who have a Minicom Supertel phone. And if you prefer, you can ring the incident room in Edmonton. That's on 081 807 9332. That's
Calls come in. Now, looking at results from previous programmes, there were 3 arrests following the last Crimewatch back in June, one of which was directly due to the programme. The landlord of a pub in Middlesex recognised one of his customers as a man he'd seen on photocall, wanted for questioning in connection with a series of deceptions in the south of England. He rang the local police, who arrived a few minutes later and made an arrest.
I remember that one, October 90, that thumbnail.
Charged with conspiracy to commit criminal deceptions.
And you might remember a reconstruction we featured back in May. Dr. David Burkitt was a well-known dermatologist who was killed.
I think that was the husband.
At his home
There were suspicions on the husband.
2 weeks later, the police were sent a strange letter.
We've invented. Yeah, I was thinking that.
In the south of England.
She's definitely out of the 80s now. She's had a bob put in and straightened it. The big sort of jewellery's gone. Wearing a nice slim black number with minimal shoulder pads.
He rang the local police, who arrived a few minutes later and made an arrest. A man is now in custody, charged with conspiracy to
remember I used to use hair straighteners.
And you might remember a reconstruction we featured back in May. Dr. David Burkitt was a well-known dermatologist who was killed for no apparent reason at his home in Middlesbrough. 2 weeks later, the police were sent a strange letter which they thought might have come from the killer. As a result of the inquiry, though I should stress not as a result of Crimewatch, a man has been arrested and been charged with murder.
On photocall again in June, we received some 160 calls about Leonard Matthews. Police need his help with their inquiry into sex offences involving a 14-year-old boy in Great Yarmouth last year. Well, 2 calls from Eastbourne proved particularly important. A guest house owner there rang to say Matthews had just been in to inquire about accommodation, and then another viewer saw his white Skoda apparently abandoned in the town. Then new information after a local radio appeal led them to another guest house, but he'd fled, leaving behind some of his clothes. So if you've seen Leonard Matthews anywhere in the last few weeks, please do ring us here.
More faces now in photo call. People who could be anywhere, who you might know or might have seen.
Wait a minute.
To take faces now.
Matthews anywhere in the last few.
081 811 081 811 818. Hey, that's the same fucking number for.
All of that to come, so if you want to talk to any of our guests, this is the number to dial.
081 811 8181. I'll never forget that number. 081 811 8181. Crimewatch 1990. Live and Kicking 1994. They stole their number. Oh, it changed from 081 811 8181 to 0181. That's when we all put a 1 in.
081 811 8181.
And you know what I'm really looking forward to?
Yeah, go on.
It's Terry
Because
Nupkins
every
coming
number
in
that
about
begins with a
11:30.
0 will have a 1 added. And in preparation for that day here at Live and Kicking.
As if you were calling in on a Saturday morning. You got your taped Crimewatch. You watched it on a Saturday morning. You're like, fuck, I know that is. Yeah, I'm just calling in about the rapist. They're like, what? What are you talking about, mate? It's Live and Kicking's number.
We've decided that today's the day that we add the
weeks. Please do ring us here.
Must have just
More
been a
faces now in
BBC
photo call. People who could be anywhere, who you might
phoning
know or
number,
might have
like
seen
a
somewhere.
mass phoning number or
Take us
something.
through them, Detective Constable Jackie Hames and Superintendent David Hatcher.
Maybe when you phone it, it says, the first thing it says, oh, you're phoning for
Firstly, the
Crimewatch,
Central Check Squad
or you're
need
phoning
to
for
speak
Live
to
and
this
Kicking,
man, seen
or
here
you're
by
phoning for Points of
security cameras
View.
exiting quickly from a bank in August last year. Since 1988, extension with brown hair. If you've seen him, please let us know.
Manchester police are looking for this man. He's about 4. He's smartly dressed, and if you recognise...
24-year-old Derek Milton Billinge. He may have vital information about an incident at Squire's nightclub in Preston back in June 1988, when 5 men were wounded with a knife. We know that Derek Billinge has been seen in London and Birmingham.
Soon he went into a bank in Lee, southeast London, threatened the cashier with a gun and demanded money. He was foiled by a...
Oh, they've started doing this, look. They weren't doing this before. They've started pixelating the witnesses now. Good idea.
...installed in the bank. He left empty-handed. He's in his mid-30s, about
That's a good
5'9",
picture, that.
slim with grey layered hair. If you recognise him or any of our other photo call cases, please ring us now.
And here's the number, 081 811 8181.
081
Incidentally, banks and
811
building societies are becoming increasingly
81
sophisticated in fooling robbers like that last one and trapping people who take part. If you can help with this one, 081 811 8181.
081
Our next case is a shocking attack on 2 young boys, aged 10 and 11, out fishing
remember this
on a
case,
summer
it's fucking
Sunday
horrible.
afternoon. It's one of the worst crimes ever to
They
have
caught this
taken
guy, I
place
remember.
in the Lancashire town of Lytham.
Oh, sorry,
And it
spoilers.
shocked the whole community. In fact, so involved are the local residents in the effort to solve this crime that they re-staged a massive summer fete to help us film the reconstruction you're about to see. All the witnesses have been anxious to help and appear in person. The identities of the 2 young victims of this extremely serious assault have been changed for obvious reasons. It's Sunday the 15th of July, another hot and busy day along the Lancashire coast. Over the weekend, a fete was being held at Lytham Hall in Lytham St Anne's. It's an annual event which this year attracted more than 4,000 people from Lytham and further afield.
Now, Mr. Punch, put your stick down there.
Good old
Half a mile
Punch and
away,
Judy.
Michael and Stephen were setting off for an afternoon
The
fishing
fucking-
at Cartmell's Pit near the Green Drive golf course.
The friendly wife-beating show for children.
See the World Cup? Yeah, the World Cup. It was good, wasn't it?
You know about Punch and Judy, Marie? I don't think it's ever. I don't think it's popular in any country apart from the UK. Punch and Judy, you never heard of that? Punch and Judy show, basically it's just wife beating in puppet form. I don't know if they still do the wife beating bit. I presume they stopped it now, but when I was growing up. Just a quick fucking headbutt. Just don't want to give him a kiss, so just give her a quick headbutt, like. Go on, giz a giz. No, I don't want. She don't want to kiss me. Punch and Judy. Mr. Punch. Good old fashioned family fun.
At about 2:20, this woman saw someone cycling near the fishing pit.
Heavy, isn't it, love?
Yes, very. The bloke came through on a racing bike, quite leisurely, just past me and remarked on the weather being very heavy. And then he just went off at a leisurely pace, not racing at all.
Dog's fucked, man. Give it some
Russell
water.
Barnes makes regular checks on the permits of people fishing in local angling spots. It's about 3:15.
Hello, lads. You got a permit?
Yeah,
So, you should bring it with you. What's your surname?
Parkinson.
Your initial is?
See,
See? Is this you or your dad?
both of us really.
It's your dad really though, isn't it? Really should come with your father. Anybody older than you that's got a permit. It's your own private land. Also, it's a private pond.
Fucking wind your neck in, you prick.
Alright, lads.
Couldn't get a job with the police, mate. Didn't want to be a traffic warden, so thought you'd go bother kids fishing.
Two lads?
No.
Oh, I've lost my lads.
What are they called?
Mark and Richard Turner.
Hey, what are they?
13 and 15. Look, are there any other ponds round here?
Yeah, one just through that gate over there.
Oh, cheers. There's no one fishing at that other pond.
There's some more up there by the golf course.
Have you caught anything?
Just a few little ones.
Let's have a look.
Just a few roach. Do you fish?
No, fishing's boring. What school did you go to?
Ansel High.
Ah, that's where my lads went.
How old are they?
Well, they've left now. 16 and 17. Do you live around here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I live near them too.
I think that would better go now, do you?
Yeah, okay.
I received a phone call from the police saying the boys had been attacked and sexually abused. And when I saw my son, he was very badly marked. I was very shaken with his physical condition. He'd been very badly strangled in the attack, very badly indeed, to the point of total unconsciousness.
In fact, both boys were strangled and Michael was thrown into the pond.
Without a doubt, this was a very serious attempt on their life.
I'll go and get some help.
Despite their injuries, the boys somehow found the courage and the strength to run for help.
Excuse me, miss. A man's just attacked us.
You get through the fence. As they came over, I began to realise something very serious had happened because they had no trousers on and they were obviously in shock. Can you help? These boys have been attacked.
Where?
Over there by the pond.
Come, Randy, we'll go and see if we can see it.
The attacker probably cycled out of the field into Saltcoats Road. At about that time, Margaret Grimshaw was driving down Saltcoats Road and was distracted by a helicopter display. In that split second, she had to swerve to avoid a cyclist. Police believe that cyclist could be the attacker. Well, Mr. Hackey, it perhaps wasn't entirely evident from that film, but that man, in fact, did nearly kill those two boys, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He's a very dangerous man. There's no doubt about that. He could well strike again, and if he does, we could well be investigating an even more serious crime than we are now.
What description do you have?
Well, despite their ordeal, the boys have done their best to give us a description of the man. They describe him as being 5'9" to 6 foot tall, late 20s or 30s, that was his age. He had dark, short hair, medium to good build. They think he was wearing an earring in his left ear. What they are very clear about is that at that time he had some sort of a complexion problem around his chin and his cheeks. He had acne, spots, pockmarks or a rash, that sort of thing, and he may still have that now.
It may not be as bad as the one we showed in the film, but there was a rash there.
Yes. He was wearing a royal blue T-shirt, faded blue jeans, trainers which the boys thought were a high-tech make. He was wearing a black digital wristwatch, and I think that's about it.
He told the boys he came from Lytham. Do you think he was a local?
Well, Lytham is a holiday town. There's a lot of people go there to visit. They go to stay there. A lot of people go to work there. So it could be someone who's visiting the town. He'd actually told the boys that he was local, that he came from Lytham. So we're looking at the fact that he could be local. He could have been a visitor, or he could have been staying in campsites, caravan sites around that area.
He could have come anywhere within cycling distance, I suppose, which could be, what, 40-mile radius?
Yes, one of the boys saw him cycling away, so he could have cycled that distance.
It's hard to see what those two boys could possibly have done to protect themselves. We bring our children up, don't we, not to be rude to people. But I suppose you have to tell them never to enter into conversation at all with somebody they don't know.
Under those circumstances, it's very difficult to see what those children could have done. Perhaps when they were attacked, they could have shouted, screamed, and that could have alerted someone on the nearby golf course and deterred this man. But you've got to...
Stephen Heaney, former Army cadet instructor, was given a life sentence yesterday for the murders of two schoolboy friends, Paul Barker and Robbie G, on a fishing trip, 96. Mr. Justice Ognall warned the man that there must be, quote, profound anxiety to the continuing risk you present if releasing him was ever to be considered. Afterwards, police revealed Heaney to be questioned in a connection with at least one other crime, a sexual assault on two schoolboys at a fishing pond in Lytham, St Anne's, Lancashire in 1990. Admitted the killings. So if this is the same guy, he went on to murder. What is it? Richard Heaney. Stephen Heaney. Was he ever nicked for this one? That can't be him, surely. Can't scroll that page for some reason. I wonder if this is the same one. And he was released, wait, 96. 06, 16, 20, 30 years. For double murder, unlikely. Potentially, though. Oh no, this was in 24, so 28 years? Parents are terrified for his well-being. Maybe not then. Plus this is Ireland. Could have moved. Similar MO. Strangled one, pulled their trousers down. Don't know, John.
These boys were absolutely terrified and they were frightened for their lives at that time.
Yes, it's hard to see how they could have done anything. There is also a moped and 2 cars which were seen that afternoon and are still unaccounted for. The moped was white with blue mudguards, and that was parked in the gateway to the field beside Saltcoats Road between about 12:30 and 1 o'clock. And then at another
I had one of them for a few days.
field, about 50 yards
This lad
along,
borrowed it me.
there was a peach
Little,
coloured Nissan
pedal and
Cherry,
pop.
which was seen parked. That was between about 1 o'clock and 3:30 that afternoon.
Honda 50.
And finally 2 golfers saw a beige saloon car speeding across the field about 4 o'clock or shortly before. Now, just to jog people's memories, we need those people to come forward, if only to be eliminated from the inquiries, but they may have seen something. And to jog people's memories, there was a terrific thunderstorm that afternoon.
There was, yes, about 4:30 that afternoon. There was a heavy rainfall. It was the first rainfall we'd had in the area for some time. If this attacker had cycled some distance, he may have got home wet. If he'd been hanging about in the Lytham area, again, he may have gone home wet. And also remember, on that day, it was the day of the Lytham Fete. Over 4,000 people attended that fete, and any one of those people could have seen something or heard something that could be useful to us.
If you can help, please do. There is a reward being offered. Remember, it was the afternoon of Sunday the 15th of July. Mr. Hacking, thank you. I don't need to stress the urgency of finding this man with other children's safety in danger. If you can help at all, just ring our new number, which is 081 811 8181, or Bill Hacking's colleagues are at this moment running a special line at Preston Police Headquarters. That's going to be devoted to Crimewatch viewers tonight and all day tomorrow. This is the number there, 0772 61 7771. That's 0772, the code for Preston, 617 771.
On the Lee Parsons murder, we're getting a number of calls from people in East London and from Essex who are suggesting people who have got crossbows who maybe are owning them in suspicious circumstances. Can I just remind you about the number again? The telephone number here has changed, and this is the new one, 081 811 8181.
081
And now with short
811.
appeals from around the country, here again are DC Jackie Hames and Superintendent
David Hatcher.
We start with a daring raid at the top jewellers Asprey, and a mill disappeared and got a kit. Security man photo fits of 2 of the 3 men. Do you recognise them? This man
They're
is
not photo
described as
fits, mate.
28 to 30 years
Fucking
old
sketches.
and 5 grey. The lorry registration where this work was due the 5th of June.
Next, the murder of a taxi driver in Oxford. On Wednesday the 13th of June, Leonard Gomm, who was 75, was murdered near the village of Bletchington, just outside Oxford. We've been able to establish Mr Gomm's movements that day. He drove a blue Ford Granada, which was clearly marked as a taxi. At 6:35 a.m. that Wednesday, he dropped someone can help with this murder.
H supermarket in Lower Clapton Road, Hackney, where at 10:30 p.m. on July the 22nd, he was fatally shot as 2 men entered his store and attempted to rob him. An alarm sounded as the attackers ran into Row Hill Road and Arrow Court. Then we blew Copetti, 5'11", wearing the bearer of this baseball cap with the
British Knights
logo.
Fuck me, I had a right banging pair of BK boots in the 90s, me. BK basketball boots. 1990, I think I had them. Or 91. Like that. Fucking yes. And I had some Champion after that. Champion basketball boots. Blue suede. Nah, not normal boots. They were like that, but boot form. Back when I cared what it looked like.
The suspect wearing the beret is described as being a West Indian, aged 20. Between. If you recognise
colleagues in DC camcorder to find the owners of this home movie. The tape was found in a JVC camcorder, which was recovered by Liverpool police in April. They believe it could have been stolen, but need to know who from. So if that's you or anyone you know, please get in touch. And if you can help with any of our incident desk cases, ring us now.
And the number to ring, remember it's a new number, 0818.
It's a case police now treat as murder.
This case is crazy. This one has stuck with me.
Birthday. But back in June, on a sunny afternoon, something extraordinary must have happened to her. Think back to June the 16th.
Such a mystery.
England were playing Holland in the World Cup, and the Queen's official birthday was marked by
Bananas.
Were you in North Wales?
A little
If
Welsh
so,
town.
you can identify
A little
some of the people in
shop.
our reconstruction, and indeed, maybe you saw
And a
Mrs.
disappearing woman.
Is this the sort of video you can put straight on the
yeah.
machine? Yeah.
My mother is very close to her family, and she had everything to live for, and I can't see her for 1 minute going away without telling anyone what she was going to do. And I think wherever she is, it's involuntary, it's against her will. So that's our main feelings, and that's why we're so worried.
Before she disappeared, she spent 3 days up in Rutherland in our holiday bungalow, which I was doing up or refurbishing, and she was very happy. You know, she liked working up there. She liked the garden.
Beautiful parts of the country.
is
Look
at
at
the heart
that.
of Welsh culture, home of the National Eisteddfod, and thousands of tourists come here every year. Trevelyan had lived here all her life. A year ago, she bought this bric-a-brac shop called Attic Antiques in Church Street. Collecting was a lifetime's hobby, and this was the realization of a dream. Her slogan in the shop said, "I'll buy anything." And so she did, from locals, visitors, and dealers who were passing through. It's 9:15 a.m., 2 days before her disappearance.
Was it bananas or grapes? It might have been grapes. Grapes or bananas.
With 2 men.
Hello. Come over and have a look. Got some nice bits of lace here.
come in and have a look anyway.
What's thought to be the older of those two men was seen again with Trevelyan next day. He was described by Susan Knight, who works in the opticians, as distinguished, and Olga Pedder-Roberts agrees.
Well, it was a Friday morning. I looked through the window and Trevelyan passed with this man who was very well dressed, in a navy blue suit and a black briefcase. Trevelyan waved, and I just thought how lovely she looked that morning.
That evening at 8:30, David and Irene Pond were driving home down Castle Street.
We pulled up at the traffic lights at the top of Castle Street at this junction with the A5, and we saw Trevelyan standing in the doorway of the cafe.
She was standing in the doorway. She was stepping in and out with a piece of paper in her hand, looking down the street as if she was expecting someone to come up. But when I turned round, there was no sign of anybody. I kept looking at Trevelyan, waiting to acknowledge her, but she didn't seem to see me at all.
It's now next morning, 10 o'clock on Saturday, June the 16th, the day that Trevelyan went missing. Doreen Dolson's general store is just down from Trevelyan's own shop.
Just get a pint of milk.
Love. 32 pence, please. She got in her purse. She got a wad of note out in her hand, and then she went deep in the purse to get the exact money out.
I'll be able to have a cup of coffee now.
I could just do with one.
Thanks.
Thanks, love. Bye. I was going to say to her, watch your money, but I didn't like because she thought I was rude or something, you know. And I didn't really say anything. She just gave me the right money, and then she says, I'll go now and have a cup of coffee, and I didn't see her again.
Soon afterwards, a friend, Christine Burdett, dropped in.
Hello. Coffee? Oh, yes. You smelt it.
Haven't. Here, find a milk bottle for those.
Oh, they're lovely. I think I can stretch to a vase, though.
No.
It looks as though we've got an offer for the house in Market Street.
Oh, cheers.
So, an elderly couple, and they want to move in quite soon, I think.
That would be good, because the flat's almost ready, isn't it? I've been a close friend of Trevelyan's for 11 years now, and she was healthy, she looked fit, and she had lots of plans of things that she was going to do. I even popped back to the shop to remind her that we were invited to a party, and she was thrilled to be going, you know, and really wanted to go. There is no way she would have gone missing, that she would have gone away voluntarily. No way.
About 90 minutes later, two local men were driving down Church Street and saw Trevelyan lock up her shop and walk down towards the A5 and the centre of town. If she ever left the shop, she'd always leave a message saying how long she'd be gone. In fact, on busy Saturdays, she rarely left for more than a few minutes. But as the afternoon drew on, several customers who took items from boxes on the pavement found the door was bolted and posted money through the letterbox. The shop was never to reopen. Did Trevelyan go home? She was seen at 2:30 in Market Street, right beside her house, though no one saw her leave or enter. She was walking in the direction of her shop.
Hello.
Yet 5 minutes later, a woman like Trevelyan was seen walking in the opposite direction on the A5, heading out of town beside the park which runs along the River Dee. And a few minutes after that, Marion Hatton saw a woman on a public footpath that leads up from the river. If that was Trevelyan, why on a busy Saturday had she left her shop to walk down here? Then, just before 6, a woman driving up Church Street saw a man who looked to her suspicious standing outside Attic Antiques. She thinks the door to Trevelyan's shop was open. When Trevelyan's family came searching for her later that night, the door was locked. When eventually they got in, they found her compact open on the counter and her handbag still containing all her credit cards.
I think anyone could think about their own mother or their own father.
Wait, where did I get a bunch of bananas
know
from?
Sometimes, you know, you can see things brewing up, but there is no way that she would go without saying anything. And, you know, we're just desperate to know what's happened, whether it be for the worse or for the better, but just to come to some sort of conclusion. Because
Must have mixed it up with another case.
At the present time.
John Cook, you think this is for the worse? You think this is murder? Let's start eliminating some of the people we saw in that reconstruction. On the Thursday, that's the 14th of June, there were the two people outside her shop, probably quite innocent, nothing to do with this. Tell us what we know about them.
Yes, very briefly. The first man, as you know, came from the tannery. He's the younger man, about 30 years of age, modern dress, wearing a dark suit with the sleeves rolled up, dark hair which appeared gelled. The older man was about 65 years of age, had grey hair, casually dressed, an aquamarine jumper with a paisley tie, and he was in conversation with Mrs. Evans.
OK, now the next day, that's Friday the 15th of June, isn't it? There was another man seen with her. It might have been actually one of the guys from the day before, we just don't know. But you've got quite a good description of this chap.
Yes, we have. It's possibly the previous man. Now, he's described as being very smartly dressed in a dark suit or a dark blazer, brown hair going grey, about 5'10", stockily built, and he was carrying a briefcase in his left hand.
A bank manager like, or an insurance salesman, I think somebody's put him, possibly an antiques dealer, and I gather you've got new evidence about this man today.
Yes, we have. Fresh evidence now suggests that the same man may well have been in Gale's Wine Bar in Castle Street, Llangollen, later that same evening.
Now, the day she disappeared, the evening after she vanished at 6 o'clock, was that chap seen with the car outside her shop. I should stress the witness isn't sure if the door was open or not. It might have been shut.
That's correct. The door may well have been open, but the witness is not sure. He was leaning against the car. She had a shoulder view only of him, and he was wearing what appeared to be a Macintosh with wide lapels.
OK, now if that was you, for heaven's sake, do ring us up. What else do you need to hear? What else can help with this inquiry?
I think it's most important to stress that this is a murder inquiry. We're aware that Mrs. Evans had a wide circle of friends, both male and female, and we urge them to ring us here and contact us, and we treat whatever they say with the utmost discretion.
OK, if you can help, here's the number. 081 811
Where the fuck did I get a bunch of bananas from?
081 811 81.
Left in the shop. That must be another case.
That's 0492 518 383. 0492.
Trevelyan Evans. I'm pretty sure this is unsolved. Disappearance of Trevelyan Evans. Missing for 35 years, 8 months and 13 days, never found a body. Fruit! I knew it! This has never been confirmed. Evans' handbag, car keys and jacket along with fruit and flowers that she'd intended to take home were left behind. They must go back to it. They must go back to it in a month or so and talk about it again, or in a few months, and mention the fruit. Because remember them saying that when she went to the shop to get the milk, she only bought the milk, she didn't buy the fruit, so they think somebody else took the fruit, the bananas, I think, to the shop and left them there. Case was reopened in 01. Evans' husband was arrested in 01, but later released without charge. Let's go back to that interview in a minute, I think. We'll have a little look at the husband. In 2011, it was reported that police were looking into a possible connection between Evans' disappearance and convicted serial killer named Robin Ligas, never heard of him, for the murders of 3 men in 1994. Police ruled out any possible connection. Apparent sightings of Evans have been reported in London, France, and a remote town in Australia, mate. In 92, Woodland and the World's End area was searched after a tip-off from someone claiming to be a, spiritualist medium. These are still in the days where we listen to those people. In 93, the year after, sniffer dogs searched a canal bank after a woman wrote to police stating that she had been overwhelmed by a feeling that Trevelyan was nearby. Jesus Christ. No money was ever taken from her bank accounts. "2023, a Channel 4 documentary in the footsteps of killers suggested a link between her disappearance and Christopher Hallowell, the double murderer of Sean O'Callaghan and Becky Gordon-Edwards, though this was unproven." Who is he? Christopher Hallowell? I think I can remember his face. That bald head. Sort of. Did he drive? He drove up past it and then went back. Was he a taxi driver or something? Yeah, taxi driver. Okay, so Trevelyan, sorry. That's unlikely that's ever going to be solved. It's been so long. Gonna need some new evidence or something, or let's see that fucking husband's interview.
We have 2 files of faces this month, people whom police need to trace to help them with their investigations. So here with our second photo call, are Superintendent David Hatcher and Detective Constable Jackie Hames.
Colleagues in Southampton and
Main feelings, and that's why we're so worried.
Before she disappeared, she spent Before she disappeared,
What were you going to say then? Before murdered? Before I killed her?
Feelings, and that's why we're so worried.
Before she disappeared,
Feelings, and that's why we're so worried.
Before she disappeared, she spent 3 days up in Rutherland in our holiday bungalow, which I was doing up or refurbishing, and she was very happy. You know, she liked working up there. She liked the garden.
Llangollen is at the heart.
Jeffrey Lane. You may know him as John Shaw, Alfred Richardson or Peter Richardson. I have limp.
Fined by burglars in a house in East Clandon, Guildford.
Crimes are on the way to being solved, so don't have nightmares, sleep.
Do sleep well! I'm getting one of these. I'm getting one of these for my birthday. Don't know if you're still there, Marie. I'm getting this little stream deck thing.
Beautiful people of planet Earth. Today I've got something that just down, thing that I would say for this is that looks like a pretty low resolution image. I'm sure it's a web search, and that's more of a because I have a Mac. This says App Store.
I meant to lift you about
click
this.
Drop down. It has every app that's on my computer.
Yeah, they look handy.
Click Logic Pro X, which is what
You can do quite a lot of stuff. Save me going over to fucking OBS all the time and changing scenes like this, or fucking clicking on Mix It Up, or going onto Twitch to activate alerts and things. I can program it all into these buttons, and you can put a folder on the buttons, so you could have like a folder at the top, sound effects, a folder here for programs, or you can just have your programs on there. You can have your OBS scenes at the bottom, so you just be especially good when I'm playing a game, because sometimes I have to control alt, like ETS for example. If I want to do anything on the second screen, I have to alt out a lot of PC games. This gets rid of the need to do that. You can put all kinds of stuff on there. So yeah, 65 quid. As opposed, the Elgato is 120. This Fine edition, I've been watching a ton of reviews last night. They say it's pretty much as good.
Audio podcasts for 65 with the Amplagame D6. And so there's, by the way, I should make mention, I find that I like to use. I've only downloaded So now we've got this folder, and then we know when we double click, all of these things, feedback is got just the right amount of resistance. There's no accidental presses during those, you know, high energy segments. When you're recording in that low light, like I had mentioned.
Good for you guys. Do you want a Stream Deck for under $100? Because if you do, then keep watching this video, because I'm going to show you how you can get a
Bada boom, bada bing.
under $100. All right. Now, you actually just press the buttons on the Stream Deck, and it'll lead me out. Like I said, you can just create a folder very simply just by dragging create folder. Done. That's your folder. Then you can just rename it blah or whatever you want to. You can select a nice little icon from the icon library. Now you can't see that window right there, but I'm just going to transform it for you. There you go. You can select any icon that you like, and of course delete it freely if you want to. Now, I'm going to show you how easy it is to set up commands for soundboards using one of my muting everything. Now, where wins me?
How the hell am I doing that? How am I doing that?
Okay, so delete this because, but you still have play audio, just the volume down the bottom, so you can have the volume of the sound whatever way you
cool.
want. Let's just call this sound test. All right, so we'll do that right there. Then we'll go here, and you know what? Laws. If I press play on the sound, you can have it your way. I want it louder, so now if I press play on the sound, there you go. We got applause. Let's say that they sent you.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one.
Let's pick right now.
I might get a new mic as well, and a mixer. Not sure about that though. To be fair, this does a lot of what the mixer was gonna do. But yeah, I'm gonna grab one of these buggers for $60. Right, see, I wouldn't have to do that. I can just have the Suno page set up on a button. I can go straight to the Wordle song. I can have the Suno thing on a folder, then Wordle, connections, outro. I can make some outros and intros. All of this here I'm going through. Press a button instead. I could even like set up a Wordle background. Click it on or whatever. I need to get Sky something. I still don't know what. Well, what's he into? He might be watching in bed, so don't say what you're getting. I don't think he is. It's fine. I don't know, my mind goes blank when I try to think of anything. Okay, what does he spend most of his day doing? Gaming. Right. And this is on PC, isn't it? He's a PC gamer. What about... What's your budget? Or was that too rude of a question? I mean, you could just improve his gaming somehow. A better mouse, a better keyboard, a better chair if you go that far. Or do you want to be a bit more? Are they too obvious? Hey Nova, are they the kind of thing that's a bit too obvious? You're like, oh, I want to put a bit more thought into it. About £100-ish. Has he ever played VR before? No. How much is a second-hand Quest 2? 160, 170. You might get one cheaper on like a Facebook Marketplace or something like that. This is like this is like our #1 second-hand store in the UK. You haven't got a PS4, have you, by any chance? In your PS4 or PS5 in your household? We have an old PS4. I've seen people getting amazing PSVR 1 deals. On 48 quid. A PSVR 1. Now you might think, well, Roman, the PSVR 2 is that's the one you use. I do. But, like I've said today to somebody on Reddit, there are still amazing games on the PSVR 1 that are still in my top 10 VR games, and some that are on both that are just as good on the PSVR 1 than they are on the second. So if you could get a good PSVR 1 bundle deal somewhere, I've seen people pick them up for 60 quid, 70 quid with like both Move controllers, 8 or 9 games. You might already have some games that have got PSVR free versions like Resident Evil 7, I don't know. If you wanted to maybe try VR out for the first time, you know I'm a big proponent of it. This is all just PSVR 2, PSVR 1 deal. Okay, that's $170. That's not a great deal. There'd probably be a lot of work involved in that. Like, I don't know where you live. You'd need to find a fucking... If you're going to order it online, you'd want to make sure you get a return policy. Obviously, going somewhere like Facebook Marketplace and that, you're going to need to test it first, make sure it's all okay. When's his birthday? Close to mine, right? Day after mine, yeah. Right, you've still got a couple of weeks, so don't worry. No, you've got just over a week. Get your thinking cap on. You could just take him out for a lovely meal. Outside? Are you kidding? We never leave the house.
It's word o'clock. Roman's got a system, a 3-word trick, but tonight he's ditching the yeast.
Maybe we should get him a bird of glim flag for his walk.
That cheeky chap, and yes, Watt never sat right in his lap, but something
in him changed with a wink and a grin. Swept him out like years. Let the jazz begin.
No more use, no more prick, I'm clean now. Mountain light years, that's the holy three, covering letters from A to Z almost, you see. But here comes
L-I-N-E.
moment smooth strategy floats away.
Leaving the house or Saturday over, right? Linen?
With the lisp. Cosmic pentacast lost in thought. Try F Jord, maybe? And oh, it's not. You can't plan for a zebra, black and white and sly. It skips past your method and winks as it flies. Strategy's grand, but chaos is fun. That's how these cool down wordles get done. You try all night to avoid the yeast, but the game just gives you fungus anyway.
Whatever you get him, Marie, here's the most important thing. Whatever it is you get him, as long as it's bought with love and consideration, he'll appreciate it. Or he better do anyway. Boo, 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 be doo, be doo, boo, bibbidi, 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 boo. Fleetwood Mac, see what they've done there? Right, shuffle.
16
a boot. The fuck is a boot? I don't know what a boot is. A boot. Of a building or area of land be next to. Oh, like a boot. It's a boot. Okay. I have so little experience with birthdays. Listen, you like a lot of the same things, right? You're into gaming a lot too, so just think what you like. Get something that you'd really like him to get you, maybe. Maybe that'd be enough. Or just ask him. You could just say, listen, what would you like to add to your gaming experience? Is there anything I can get you? Or, tell you what's always a classic. You know, some of my favourite presents. Fucking near merch, mate. Just not that near proper. Not that stupid one. Near replicant merch, mate. Whatever his favourite game is. Or if he's got like something that he loves near. You can get these things, right? I don't know where you get them from, but my old Dutch got me fucking this made. There's like a website. I don't know what it was. She got me an Emil that hat. She got me the bucket hat. Where's the bucket hat? She got them made. 2 of them. That one and a bigger one, like a couch cover. This one. Fleecy one. Big fleecy Emil. So this Emil bucket hat. Like there's loads of. If you want, I'll find out the website for you tomorrow. Gatto, is that a website? I'll find out what. It might have just been Temu or something. There was somewhere she got it where they just basically print it all on for you. I'll tell you one thing that he'll really appreciate if he doesn't already have it, because I think it's amazing. Oh. The Grimoire Near Revised Edition. Big book. All the lore, all the artwork. Full guide to near replicant, lore that's not in any of the games, interviews with the developers, full walkthroughs, lore on all the characters, these actual stories at the end are about the game. Lots of those stories. Letters from staff, big interviews here with the creators, weapon guides, weapon laws, artworks. I think this was about 25 quid from Amazon or something like that. Let's find out. 24 quid. 22, 23, 24. Grimoire Near Revised Edition. So that's just a quarter. That's awesome. We'd actually love this. So, well, there you go. That's a quarter. There you go. Look, it's. I don't know if it's the same in where you are, but it's half price right now. 46% off. I don't know if that's going to be the same on all Amazons, but give Amazon a check. That's just a little starter present, and you can game something else, a few other things, maybe. Just get a load of Near merch. The t-shirt I've got's fucking banging. I've got an amazing Kaine t-shirt. Where's the Near Friends t-shirt? You've probably seen me wearing it. I have to put replicant so it just fucking goes to that one. That one. I've got that one. And I've got this fucking amazing, that Kaine one there. They're the two I've got. So you'd probably get them for 20 quid each, maybe 25 quid each. You could get both those t-shirts and the book and have a bit of change for a bottle of wine for you both. Get me a bit tipsy so you can thank you properly, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not saying copy the stuff I've got. Obviously there's other designs that you might prefer. But they're the two I've got. That Kaine one, which I thought was really fucking cool. And this one, which has just got all the crew on it. There you go. There you go, Marie. Sorted.
Roman snaps, you got it. You're my meta. Dioxide and monorail.
Luna's not impressed. Nah, she don't give a fuck.
Triangle seals the set.
Apple Mac, Fleetwood Mac.
A Greek prefix groove with jazzy flair.
I don't know any other Macs there. Thanks, no problem, anytime.
Nice.
DNL Machines on fire tonight. Da, 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 da.
My organs are conductors of the spirit
Hook,
realm.
rod.
Or just anagrams lost in a dusty
No.
helm. About grown, voila, and bulge they twist.
Big Dipper. Big Apple. Big Brother. Big
bullshit, Roman grins wide,
Big Mac. Nice one, Marie.
Drifts to a new domain as means
Do da da ba dee ba boom.
Instrument, medium, organ, vehicle, boom.
So flank, a boot, a neighbour. These are things that are next to you. There's not a fourth, is there?
Mediums. Okay. Coach, train, guide, direct. Roman shouts, the crowd erupts. There are no doubts. That's instruct, clean and lean, and the purple mist
Thinking
finally
cuts of meat.
My organs are conductors of the spirit realm.
What are you stand for? As in really close to you, right at the side? Yes, adjacent to. But the jazz ain't over.
Not
just yet.
Raise a glass to the guessing game, to every groan and psychic claim. Connections cracked, confusion.
Oh, quick, fleet, fast, and brisk.
Come dawn.
Speedy. Shelf hanger, rod and hook. Oh, things you store hanging things on? Like thing you put your clothes on? Clothes hanger, clothes shelf, clothes rod, and a clothes hook. Clothes storage. Easy peasy. Lemon squeeze easy. Seen in a closet. Dee da dee boo. Ba ba bee dab. Schmingadingle. Oh, we didn't do last night. We got 2 tonight. No, we did. We did that one. That is. I think that's Sharon Stone. I think this is Quick and the Dead. Fucking yes, man! I've not even seen this film, but I just didn't. It just looked like a woman, and I straight away thought Sharon Stone, Quick and the Dead. I'm having my nailed it, by the way. Nailed it.
Don't do it. Cool kids! Cool kids! Cool kids! Cool kids!
That's fucking loud. See, when I got my Stream Deck thing, we won't get stuck hopefully, and I can just press a button to do that. I don't have to type "nailed it" into the chat over there. Russell Crowe's in that. Damn. None of that. I got nailed it the other night as well. What was it? That one. The Fountain. Because I was thinking, is that Mortal Kombat? But Mortal Kombat wasn't in the bank, the database. I was like, what is that? It's the Fountain. Doodaloo doo doo doo. Alright, bit of an earlier one tonight, 2:20. Marie, go get your research done. Your Amazon hunting. Nova, nice to see you, even though it was only briefly. I'll try to play something tomorrow. I've not played anything in a while since I've been doing these Crimewatch things. I haven't really played much, but I need to start Spider-Man 2 at some point. So I might start Spider-Man 2 tomorrow. I need to finish Final Fantasy as well, though. I need to do Final Fantasy because I'm going to forget everything about it. Right, hopefully tomorrow, Final Fantasy 13. That's what I've got locked in. I don't know whether I'll feel like it or not, but right now, I'm making the prediction. We go back to Final Fantasy 13. We can't be far from the end. A couple of sessions, maybe. In the hush of a midnight swing, we cradle it close, though we know in our hearts what we've built may drift apart. The time fierce and wild, its soft paws tapping at the gate, a gentle child of future. Thanks for joining us tonight. The roaming soul, we can't control what we've begun to know. Watching Crimewatch and that. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else knee related that I love. I don't think that's it. The t-shirts, the hats, the book, those wall things. Marie, tomorrow I'll find out where my old Dutch ordered them things from. Maybe there's a version where you are. Maybe they're just international postage. I'll write it on my hand now. In case you want to get a personal thing, like you just send them a picture and they get print it on a t-shirt or a hat or whatever the fuck. Adios amigos, au revoir mes amis, arrivederci miei amici, auf Wiedersehen mein Freund, sayonara, do widzenia, zajian, alvida, dui, la kunoch, gornat, gornate, and good night. I love you a long time. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves, but more importantly than that, take care of each other. Namaste. Hi. In ancient halls of written law, we raise this mind unsure, unsure. I don't know. A child of code, a force unseen, a whisper of what might have been. The tiger in the cradle, born so fast, so strong. In a world of knowledge, ancient songs, we hope it finds where it belongs. We cradle it close, though we know in our hearts one day we must roam, one day we must part. But that day is not today. Have a wonderful rest of the week if I don't see you. And if I do see you, we'll have a wonderful rest of the week together. Good night, everybody. Thanks again. Take care. Love you. Night. Bye. Love you. Bye.